the microphone on mute. Can you guys hear me? You with me back? Y'all back with me? Dina said Facebook stay hating. Yes, I agree. I'm gonna get some people some time to get back in, all right? You're welcome, Tracy. No big deal. I'm just waiting for some people to get back in. All right, all right. I think I'm good now. I think we're good now. I had to restart. I got kicked out because, of course, the music. I didn't get certain things approved. I have certain music on here that I have approved through Facebook, and of course, they did. If you play something that they don't approve, they'll ding you on it. So, my apologies. I got a little beside myself. I knew better than that. I'm not gonna say that Facebook was tripping. I'm gonna say that I was tripping. I know the rules. I broke the rules. I paid the price. My bad, Black Line. He said, damn, mumble or something, cough, sneeze, do something, fart or something, do something. My bad. I was just trying to hook something up, man. I'm sorry. I was zoning out for a minute though. I'm not gonna lie. I got a lot of stuff going on in my mind. Plus, my daughter's reaching out to me about some things that she got going on in school. So I got a lot going on. We're gonna get one in today, though. I promise. I'm just waiting for some people to get back in. Um, Ross says, Wyatt, somebody lying. They said Ron and that white girl was a one-on-one fight. Hey, man, I don't doubt it. Any white girl that's hanging with a bunch of black folks downtown in Fountain Square during Jazz Festival, she better be able to fight. No one said Ron was a thumper, though. Ron ain't never came on here like a bully. You know what I mean? Ron ain't never came on here like he whipping somebody's ass. I ain't never got that impression of Ron. Are y'all here? Can y'all let me know if we good now? Because I like to move on, get this one on over with. Yeah, now Ron ain't never came over here like he was Hulk. You know, like he was gonna slam. He's never came on here. It's so bad. I shouldn't say this, but he's never come on here like the champ from what was that? What was that movie? Because I wanted Ron to come on here one time and say it for me, but that would have been thank you, Vernon. It would have been so disrespectful of me to say it, but I wanted Ron one day to come on here and say, what's the Nights in Harlem? What's that movie with Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, all of them? Somebody put that in the screen for me. Isn't it the Harlem Nights? Harlem Nights. Ron reminds me of the champ on Harlem Nights. Somebody getting the fuck knocked out. I wanted him to say that to me, but Ron is my dude. But Ron's never been like the fighter on Harlem Nights. He don't come on here and bully nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I swear, hey, Ron, I swear I wanted you to do it one day, bro, but it was so untasteful. It's probably very untasteful for me to bring that up right now, to be honest with you guys. I probably should not have done that or said that. But I find myself sometimes, you my man and all that. You my man, 100 grand. I hope he ain't watching. But Ron sometimes had me doing like what Eddie Murphy was doing when the champ was talking. And he was like, every time he'd be like, you run out of air and you be trying to finish the sentence and you be like, yeah, okay, I got you. You got somebody getting the fuck knocked out. It was funny as hell. If it wasn't funny, it wouldn't have been in the movie. Y'all stop judging me, and I'm not making fun of anybody. It was in the movie. Y'all know the scene. Don't act like you don't know the scene. Let me see something. Let me see if I can pull it up while we wait. Harlem Nights. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. I hope I don't get dinged. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find that. I think I might be able to. All right, let's do something special. Let's do something special. All right, this is just from the movie. Nothing personal. Y'all just remember this scene. Let's see if we can bring that up. This is one of my favorite movies and one of my favorite scenes from the movie. You couldn't have asked my favorite. These are my favorite actors. Some of my favorite old school black actors. This was even before Denzel. Okay, this was before. I think Denzel was doing his thing at this time, but y'all can't. Who was better than Eddie Murphy? Who was better than who's better than those guys playing together? Red Fox, Eddie Murphy, and Richard Pryor. Who's better than that? Somebody tell me a better trio than that. Check this scene out. Y'all can't tell me this ain't all the way live. Check it out.
hello, gentlemen, ladies. How's everybody doing this evening?
We're doing fine, champ. You ready for next week?
Ready?
Ready? Yeah. I'm ready.
Hey, I'm having a lot of money on you, man.
Well, you getting ready to be a rich nigga. You see, cause come next week, I'm knocking somebody the fuck out. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand now. It took a while, but I got it.
Well, you people enjoy your meals. Come on, baby. Bye, champ.
Take care, champ.
And my favorite. God, that was my favorite. Ready? Shit, yeah, I'm ready. Ready? Somebody's getting the fuck knocked out. That's my shit. I'm sorry. Maybe I think I'll get knocked for that also. I didn't have permission. I didn't get this ain't got nothing to do with Ron. I ain't mentioned Ron. Did I mention Ron? I didn't mention Ron's name. This was this shit. Ready? I said, okay, I did mention Ron. I said I wanted Ron to do that scene for me. You know what I'm saying? Now I got another favorite. There you go, Black Lion. No, my second favorite is the dice game. You know what I'm saying? When Eddie Murphy, was the kid. And the dice guy had the dice and he was shaking the dice and he was like, get them little motherfucking dirty, rotten ass kids away from me. Kids is bad luck. See, that's how black people seeing kids back in them days. The kids was bad luck. Get that the snagger-tooth mother. You know what I'm saying? This movie was all the way live. How could you not love it? An all black cast, written by blacks, produced by blacks. I mean, come on, bro. That was the shit. This kind of gets me into my segment of the day, to be honest with you. I had no idea I was going to talk about one of my favorite movies like Knights of Harlem, but it kind of brings a conversation of something that I just discovered. Okay. Hopefully you guys can all hear me. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. All right. You guys know that 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, has bought the rights to the old movie Paid in Full. Okay. He's the new owner of Paid in Full, the movie. He bought the rights. He bought it in a bankruptcy court, okay, because Dame Dash was having some issues financially, still having some issues. I don't talk about men and their financial problems. I'll talk about the ones that got financial growth, but I'm never going to talk about a man who's having some issues. We've all been there, okay, and it's not a comfortable feeling. To be on your last, or to be working off your last, or be burning on the gas light is on E. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have them discussions. And I'll never kick a man while he's down. I'll beat the shit out of you while you up, but I ain't gonna never kick them when they down. All right. But to be honest with you, man, like 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson has bought the rights to Paid in Full. And I don't know how many of you guys remember. Oh, is that right? Dina, today your birthday? Dina, is today your birthday? Shaba said it's your birthday. Happy birthday, sis. My apologies. I didn't know. I'm not media pretty much at all today, other than when I just logged in today. I've been a little busy. Oh, man. Happy birthday to Dina, y'all. Everybody give it up. If it's her birthday. If it's not, this is just a practice run. But happy, sis. Thank you for being here. You're here almost every day. When you can be here, you're here. I really appreciate you. You're impactful. You touch the show. You reach out. You've done everything but call. If I had your number, I would call you today and wish you a happy birthday right here on the show. She said, yes, thank you. Oh, man. Yeah, you know what? I did go on your page the other day. Don't call me a creep. It was something that you had said, and it made me go look. Like, I don't know if you had wrote my name or something, or highlighted me or tagged me, but I hit something and it went to your page. And I'm like, oh snap. She gonna think I'm being a creep. I don't know if y'all know this about Facebook, but do you know that people can know they like I know who watches and who don't watch. I don't know how long, none of that. But what I do know is that people, some y'all know that like people you may know section. It shows up down at the bottom of your screen. It says people you may know. Oh, shawty, I know I'm not a creep. Just playing. I know I ain't no creep. Just playing, babe. But the people they have this little section that says people you should know, or people you might know, right? Well, I done seen some names that I'm like, wait a minute, why is shit showing up on my screen like people that I should know? These are people that don't really rock with my conversation. Yeah, I probably was a friend of at one point, and they probably deleted me off their friends list or didn't want to see the didn't want people to see the affiliation, or if you send a friend request, it'll show how many people y'all have in common, and they didn't want me to be one of their people in common. I don't know what it is. I don't take it personal, because I know I say some brutal shit over here. But there's a section that says people you should know. I'm noticing certain people that I know them, but I don't know them. I know of them. You know what I'm saying? I know who they are. I hear their names on other places and, other platforms and stuff. And I'm saying to myself, why are these people that I should know? Is it because they tapping into the screen? Or is it because they kind of looking, they trace over the what we doing here? Maybe they watch the show after it's not live and they can't engage. But it's kind of a tale. That's one of my secrets, y'all. It's kind of a tale of those that I know that actually watch the show but don't really want to say that they do. Okay, because they show up on my list of people that I should know. And that means maybe send them a friend request, or maybe they have been watching and they should send a friend request. I don't know, but I know Facebook can snitch on your ass in a minute. So y'all better be careful. All of the people that pretend not to watch the show, I'm on to you. To be honest with you, I've been on to your ass about 3 years now. I just never really told this side of it. Never told this side of it. And you're a little too late now. You can stop doing what you're doing now, but I'm on to you. I know that you watch, and it's cool. That's you. If you didn't, all you got to do, mutual friends. Yeah, Donna. All you got to do is watch and call and tell me I'm wrong, and I promise I'll shut up. Let me read this one, because I think Sierra is like one of those social media gurus or some shit. She know how the algorithms work and things of that nature. Let me see. She says it's a mix of factors that go into the algorithm. Yeah, like there may be a group of people that have a friend in common, and y'all all watch another program, but that one person don't watch this program, and they may be, reaching out. Facebook may be reaching out to them saying, hey, your other friends watch this, and this is what you might want to watch. That's a thing as well. I understand. But for the most part, I've seen it quite often. And I kind of have an idea how the algorithms work as well. When you watch things, clips of other shows, not local shows, I'm talking about little reels that you may watch that's similar to what we do here. And it'll make, it'll lead you or guide you over to this direction as well. There's so many different things that you can look at. And she says, social media is my side hustle. Okay. Let's see. Did that show up on my screen? Oh, it did. My screen stopped moving over here. Sierra says social media. That's why she's trying to get. That's why Sierra been reaching out to me, y'all. She really on a hustle. She on a grind right now. Oh, Wyatt, you should maybe reach out and try to expand your audience and all that. And I'm thinking, y'all already know I'm not really trying to do that. I have an open church. I don't send flyers. I don't advertise on the radio. I might occasionally do a few reels and clips because it's about topics, but I don't advertise my church. I don't have an ATM machine at the front of the church. I don't take tithes here. I don't do any of that. We just speak the gospel of how we feel about it over here, and then those that come, the door of the church is always open. Can I get an amen? I very seldom pass the plate. All right, it's not that. All right, so listen, man. I don't know. Someone said, I don't know who it was. Someone said that they never seen Paid in Full. I don't know where you been. I don't know who hasn't seen. I shouldn't say that. You know, I got to get away from assuming that we all were raised the same. I know we all weren't raised the same, but assuming that we all pretty much grew up liking the same type of stuff. Like a lot of y'all didn't watch karate movies. Shit, that was my thing. I was a child every weekend. Every weekend. There go my brother right there, Donald Varner. He is a karate movie. He would have master. He's a kung fu master. I don't know what level and all that stuff, but he masters. You know what I'm saying? Damn, bro, it's upside. It said that I had. It's saying that I went down on the internet. Hopefully, I'm still here. But okay, I'm making sure we're good. Yeah, every Sunday, Bruce Lee twin said, yeah, we was down at the State Theater every Sunday with a cup of fries. You know what I'm saying? The cup that had the fries or the bag of fries. And yeah, every Sunday was a Bruce Lee day. It was Bruce Lee, it was Jim Kelly, it was Bolo, it was all that shit every weekend, bro. We go see the same shit. Sometimes they would change the karate movie up, but we go in the morning, like at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and stay in the State all day. It'll be damn near dark when we get out on Sunday. Not all the way dark. You know what I'm saying? Not all the way dark. Donald said, hold on. He said, hold up. I only watched it once. Yeah, because they had 4 movies. Shit, that each movie was a couple, 2-3 hours long. By the time you go, we would go in at 11 o'clock. The State would open like at 11, and we wouldn't leave till about 6. It would almost be dark by the time we left. And by the time we certainly got home, it was dark, because as soon as we left, we would all come outside. Now, y'all know we children. We're not like some grown dudes. We some children. We're children coming out of the State. And we would walk across Taft Field. That's where they do some other shit different now. But we would walk across State Field and play karate. You know, everything we just seen in the movie theater, we was doing that shit out on Taft football field right after the show. We was jumping around, doing backflips and finding mattresses and shit and just having fun. We were children. That's life in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Had a great ass time. I wouldn't change it. Not one. I wouldn't want to be in the suburbs driving mama in them car. I would never change how we were raised. It was beautiful. It was perfect. How I was raised helped me do everything I've ever accomplished in life. Everything that I went through as a child came up again somewhere in life. Some shit I went through as an 8-year-old little boy hit me again by the time I was 15 or 16, and I knew how to handle it. I knew how to deal with it. My friends taught me how to deal with life. I'm sure I had a huge part in how they handle some things too. I wouldn't trade it. Us not having shit, us not having money, it actually gave me a vivid imagination. I learned how to play with things that others may have had superheroes and toys and shit. No, we learned how to we learned how to take a stick with some rubber bands and make our own little cap gun. We learned how to take a coat hanger and a little bitty patch and some rubber bands and make our own slingshots. I ain't never went to the store and bought a slingshot in my life. Yeah, we knew how to take a piece of paper, the last one. Because there's a bunch of shit I could say. We'd be on here all day. We learned how to take a piece of paper, fold it in half a few times, take the sides and fold them a little bit. Take the middle of the center of the thing and make a little hole in it. Push it down. Put our finger in it. Damn it, we just made a model airplane. We knew how to do all that shit. We were being trained to be engineers as children. Our parents just didn't know that we were. That's how you groom an engineer. We just weren't pushed that way. Education was not. I don't know about you, DV. Mama didn't. That wasn't engineering to my mama and them. That was just having fun. That was us building shit, and we were just having fun. But those are the things that we should have. If we would have been focused, we could have turned all that engineering into something, because we were making up stuff. We would play. Do y'all know we used to play store with old shit like bottles and old cans and potato chip bags and stuff? You know what I'm saying? We used to do shit like that. So all of that is entrepreneurial shit. We were selling each other shit with fake money and building stores in the project. That's what we did as children. And if we would have took all of that energy and focused on something, you know what I'm saying? And then here come the dumb mugs. Here come the stupid cats in the community. They start making real money. Buy an ounce of weed and make 15, 16 dimes. Shit got real. You start making real money and you can go to the store and get real stuff. It ruined us. We didn't have to make our slingshots anymore. We can go up to Newberry's and get one of them little guns that did the shit for you, a cap gun or whatever, something that you could, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. We should have stayed innocent. So now let me say this to you. I was talking about the movie Harlem Nights. And I just discovered, and I'm sure some of us discovered this. 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, has bought the rights to Paid in Full. For y'all that don't know what Paid in Full is, because I seen some people in the comment section saying things like, I've never seen Paid in Full. That's kind of shocking. But like I said, I got to get off of that because everybody don't grow up the same way. Like I said, y'all didn't watch karate movies. Everybody didn't watch karate movies. We did. But Paid in Full is a common movie in our culture. And when I say common, I mean like a rags to riches, do it the wrong way type of a movie. Okay. And I watched it. I've probably seen it 3 times, 4 times maybe in my life since it's been out. It's not one of my favorite movies. The only part about that movie that I kind of understood is that the smart guy is never the one that's the toughest. This is my opinion. The smart guy is always the one that know how to maneuver on the chessboard. He know how to move people around. And that's how that movie was. I can't remember all the names of the people, but the young man that played in the movie, The Wire. It's not a movie, but it was a series, The Wire. The head dope dude on that became the head. He's the head dope dude, drug dealer in Paid in Full, who was an innocent kid who had a 9-to-5 type of job. They called him Lucky because his mama and his sister called him Lucky because of the way us in the projects got the nickname Lucky. It was because we found some money or some shit on the ground, and then everybody was like, "Ooh, Lucky, you lucky as hell, and you lucky as hell." And now your nickname is Lucky because you found a freaking dollar on the ground. You know what I mean? So now his name is Lucky, and he's not a street dude. What made him a street dude is he found the plug. All right, the plug accidentally. He bumped heads into a dude, probably I don't know. He was of Spanish descent, and he found the plug, and the plug said, "Oh, this is a nice guy. He a stand-up dude. He an easy going dude." The plug basically could read this dude. That's all. He just wanted somebody that he can see coming. So, and that's in the streets. They always find somebody that's scared to tell. I'm talking about at the higher level. I ain't talking about this street level shit. So that's what they did. And that's what the movie is about, fam. The movie is about dope shit, drugs, Jeezy. It's all of that. So 50 Cent has now bought the rights to that. Cameron is in it. He's a wild child in the movie. He's that child that you don't want your child to be around because he gonna talk your child and he gonna put your child in the penitentiary or in the ground. And these are the things that we looking forward to. Everybody cheering it on. Yeah, 50 got he, yeah, hell yeah. 50 bought paid in full. Now 50, Curtis Jackson is now saying he's gonna turn it into like a series, movie series like Power or I don't know, you know, them series that they do, BMF, shit like that. Fam, we 50. And I don't mean we 50 Cent, we 50. This is the shit I'm talking about with the Jeezy thing. If you're gonna sit down and watch Paid in Full from 25 years ago, and your mind hasn't gone past that shit yet, this is not a Guy album. This is not no make you feel good era. This is some of the worst era in our culture. And we gonna champion it. I just don't know what to say. I don't want to be on Jeezy shit again because that's just crazy. But y'all champion Jeezy, and Jeezy is no man. He had your old granny. He didn't. He talking about the same dudes that had your granny on dope. This is why I ain't never put Rick Ross on my show. The Rick Ross. I know Rick. We ain't Gucci, but I know him. Did I not talk to him one day on the show? Just he called me and I answered and I told him right away, hey man, I'm on my little platform, so I'm gonna have to call you back. Who was here that day? I know some of y'all don't want to believe it, but it happened. And it happened because what I was doing at one point is I used to bring him up occasionally because Rick Ross, the rapper, was doing something. And I was like, well, I don't really, want to have Rick Ross on my show because I don't have anything good about to say about those eras. I don't care. You had a couple houses in Bond Hill and we was kicking it. We was cool. That's not a flex to me. It's not a flex. Those are real bad times. If you really think about it, that's one of the worst eras in our culture. When those guys, when we glorifying this bullshit, that was the worst. The repercussions of that time is what we see today. All these bag chasers and all that old shit, we responsible for that. Brenda Early, you remember that time? I told him, I said, Rick, I don't call him Rick Ross. We have nicknames. He has a nickname, and it's just I was like, I hit you back, bro. I'm on the show, but people are like, get him on the show, get him on the show. And what did I say? Nope. Because my questions would be different. What you want me to do? Say, how did it feel counting $1 million a day? No, that's not going to be my question. My question is going to be, how do you feel about people, grandmamas, losing their house because of dope? How do you feel about the fact that you had millions of dollars confiscated by the U.S. government? And not only did they take your millions of dollars that came out of these communities, now the people in those communities can't even afford their own homes. My conversation will be deep. It would be definitely different than what a lot of people ask him on platforms because y'all glorify bullshit. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Nobody can look. I'm not trying to be that guy that's like, you can't challenge me on this and this. No, I'm not trying to be that guy. But the truth of the matter is, if you're not from it, you really don't know. And that's not like I don't mean it the way it sounds. What I'm saying is a lot of people think that selling drugs is like your only way. And somebody has taught you that to be forgiving to people who make those choices because you think that's their only way because either they told you that or somebody around them told you that. You didn't read a book that told you that. Somebody put it in your mind that that's the only route that they had. And it's not true. That's not true. I used to see, and I don't want to make it about this. I promise I'm about to move on. I used to see drug dealers sell drugs to their friends' sisters. I used to see dudes take advantage of girls that didn't have enough money for drugs, take advantage of their friends' sisters. Drugs did way more to our community. It took the dignity out of our community. Dignity. And the glorifying that we did was the dude that was making the money and his clique, his crew. And here we are, 50, going back, thinking the shit is cool all over again. Oh, Ron, that's right. If we clean it up and wear tuxedos and nice shiny shoes, we gonna clean up the dope game. Okay. I fell for the shit once before, I fell for it. I felt like if I had Diodora shoes, clean ass classic Reeboks, Fila sweatsuit with the mentioned shoes and hard shell toe Adidas, I was dope. I was cool. I was rich. Don't forget the beeper, the jewelry. Had all that shit. Had it all. I was tricked. I was the worst thing. You know, people like that are the worst thing for your community because guess what? You look great to a child. Now that child want to be just like you. I wanted to be like my cousin. I wanted to run around with the loud music, bumping out the cars, you know, girls looking at you, everything cool. Horrible. And now we about to bring all that shit back. You let a dude come in who kids go to college. Jeezy kids go to college. He got nice houses. He living off the off the residuals of that bullshit still, and that's good for him. But now my question. No, I ain't gonna ask that question. I'm gonna keep that question to myself because you know I can be on point about 98% of what I'm saying, and then the little 2% that I might say that might sound a little disrespectful, it'll take away my whole 98%. And I'm not gonna do that. But the truth of the matter is, I'm not gonna watch Paid in Full in 2025, 2026. I would probably watch a Good Times. The show Good Times? Oh yeah, I would love to see a reboot of Good Times. How about Michael and JJ and Thelma have careers, big homes and families that they came from the projects of Chicago. They came out of Cabrini Green and look at what they end up being. Mom and dad is dead, but look what we're doing. This is what mom and dad left us, morals, respect. And we passing it on to our children. Thelma might have 3 or 4 kids. I could write this. Where you at, Tyler Perry? Where you at? And see, that's what I'm talking about, Fame. See, that's the bullshit I'm talking about. Fame said they did a cartoon reboot of Hood Times. Isn't that disrespectful? Did you see how they push it to us? And we're supposed to reciprocate it. We're supposed to take it in. And it's supposed to be some type of, I mean, how the hell? I mean, come on, man. Get out of here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I love movies. Okay, I said a little something about the Harlem Nights. I was talking about the production and the money spent and the budget and all that was all black and this and this and this and that, right? And yeah, it might have had some hoods and gangsters and shit like that in it. But the bottom line was it was a black man trying to work his way through entrepreneurship in a white man's world at that time too, right? But then Eddie Murphy came back with some boomerang, and I mean it. He came back with the movie Boomerang. All black cast. Executives, black executives, money, vice president, president roles in this movie. A black cosmetic company. Oh, shit. How dare they put stuff like that for our children to see? High expectations, setting the bar like, mama, you think I could, daddy, you think I could own a cosmetic company one day? What better time to own anything than 2024, 2025, going into 2026, when you can do it all right here with your fingers from your home or your office, and no one has to see you, and you can't make up an excuse of, well, when I walked into the bank, they seen my black ass coming, so I just didn't even go in there because I know they were going to turn me down because I'm black. No more of that. We ain't got that shit to lead out with. You can get a bank loan, not even visible. You can go to the bank. You can apply for an SBA online. Ain't no stopping us, fam. We just stopping ourselves. It's been like that for a long time now, to be honest with you. So 50's buying paid. He bought paid in full, and he's gonna push out another project glorifying dope, prostitution, and all the shit that got us right where we are today. Bag chasing. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what the movie was. Kid working in a dry cleaners, end up with the plug. He then did a delivery, if I'm remembering the movie correctly. He did a delivery of, you know how we used to take the dry cleaning in the little bags, and I just think that was the fly shit when I lived in the Faye. Straight leg Levi's in the bag. So this kid takes the bag to a guy, you know, he was delivering the dry cleaning. The dry cleaner, the guy who getting his dry cleaning happened to be a drug dealer, a big drug dealer. Keys. Get in there, and he discovers something sitting there, and he get to talking. The dude look at him like, what SA? You interested in something like this? What you know about this? Dude was like, oh, no, man. See, he should have stayed innocent. Oh, no, man. I don't know nothing about that. What you know about that, man? He's already being pressured in the neighborhood because his dumbass sister is dating a dope dealer in the community. Your boy going to work every day, watching his sister go out to eat every night, go to the movie theaters, and she going with a dumbass. But he got money. He's selling dope. Your boy Lucky tired of seeing all that. I got to get some money. See, that's what happens, bro. It ain't no, I got to do this. It's the lifestyle. It's the things we see that make us think that it's all good. It's gravy. I'm going to hit a lick for a little bit. I'm going to buy my mama a house. Y'all know that story. I ain't seen too many of y'all buy y'all mamas a house. That I'm just saying. You might get your mama tied up, but you ain't gonna buy it. They most of the time don't buy their mama houses, okay? That's just some shit they say to make it, to glorify it, or to give it all an excuse of why they doing it. Taking your mama out of law homes and putting her somewhere in an apartment is not the same. Ross says, Wyatt, the game didn't change. Ninjas making sandwiches and stocking milk these days. I hear you. I hate to tell you this, Roz. I'm going to break the news to you right here on Wyatt Live in front of the whole world to hear. Our world, not the whole world, but our world. I can call an officer right now. A police officer in Cincinnati. I can call a police officer up there in Cincinnati right now. Beat cop. Don't even have to be a investigator or nothing like that. I can call a beat cop right now and ask them. I won't even have to say a name. I say in Avondale, who is the give me 5 dope dealers' names, and he'll shoot them off right off the hip. Pop, 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 pop. The police know everybody who sells drugs in the community. They know. Okay. Do they catch them all? Sometimes, most of the time they do. But they know who these people are. Okay. They just have to catch them in action, or somebody has to tell on them, or something that gets set up. So they can stock shelves and put up milk and all that old shit all they want to. When their time is up, their time is up. When the police ready to go get them, they're gonna go get them. Sometimes they wait for them to get their money up. They wait for them to go buy some shit so they can take it. That's been going, that game ain't never gonna change. But the point of me saying all of this is I want some of y'all, I want like Jerica, JV, I want you to hear this, sis. It's important that I relay this message to you. I don't listen to drug dealing stuff on this platform to glorify it. I let it be said so we can see how dumb and stupid the shit really is. I do that on purpose. It's almost like sometimes you have to allow things to be said by other people. So if I might not be able to get the point across myself, I got to let the point make itself so you'll see how dumb the point really is. I can't do it like that. I could tell you some things, about it, and y'all be like, he's tripping. But then when somebody come in who was doing it and they were doing it and what I'm saying, it sounds foolish when they actually say it. I hope I said that right. There's not a drug dealer in the city of Cincinnati that the police don't know is selling drugs. Your club owners who think that they letting some people on the side. No, everybody know. Because what a lot of people don't know, and I hate to say this because it's going to sound like some sneaky shit, but on my end, but it's not really. I just been around it so long that you got to understand I've seen a pattern of arrest. All pattern of arrest is not, I caught him with drugs in his car just off of GP. Like we just happened to see him out and he happened to have, no, most of the drug dealers have people that work for them that have already been caught. And I mean, been caught a year or two ago, and they working like they work for the police. Nobody know they have a case. The drug dealer don't know they have a case. The only person that know this person got a case is him and his girl. Him and his girlfriend know she had to come pick his ass up from the police station, not from the Justice Center, not from lockup. I'm gonna tell y'all a really true story, if you don't mind. And it's been long enough now that it's important that I express. Sorry, I'm reading. It's been long enough now that I feel comfortable being able to tell you this story. I don't know if Jerica is still here. She might not want to hear this because it's drug related. She don't really get into stuff like that. And I get it. It's not for everybody. But since we talking about Jeezy and I've been on Jeezy and talking about that stuff and 50 and all that, I think it's important for y'all to hear how some of this shit runs sometime. And I'm probably going to get some blowback, not from y'all. This might be interesting. I'm probably going to get some blowback from the people, from some other people that know how they move, and y'all just don't know that they do it. There's some people here, Roz probably know this go on. I know Twin know this go on, but I've had situations where I've seen dudes get caught up in the drug game, go in front of a judge, and I've been told by a DEA agent, his dumbass, and I said, what you mean? Happened to be a client of mine. His dumbass could have got out last night. He didn't have to be here in front of the judge. What do you mean? Well, this is a guy that got caught. Y'all gonna think I'm tripping. He got caught with 500 pounds of marijuana in an apartment building. 500 pounds of marijuana. Now, this is a dude that worked for, what y'all have to understand, I'm using language that they actually use. He worked for the king. They call the drug lords kings. Happened to be out of California. And I'm like, he got caught with 500 pounds. Nobody had to know. They did a drug raid and they brought him in, caught him across town somewhere else, knowing that that was his spot because somebody told. Brought him in, and the police, this was a task force. They were going to let him go as if nothing happened. They're going to just give him the 500 pounds of drugs right back. And let him. No, Fame. It came from the drop. It's not like it was sitting there You understand what I'm saying? It came from the drop. That's how they knew it was there. So if it sat there 24 hours, and now 500 pounds of weed don't smell like 500 pounds of weed, bro. You'll be surprised. The way that they were doing some things. And if y'all think I'm bullshitting, that's fine. Hang up. Disconnect. Not you, Fame. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying this might not be the conversation for you. I'm just talking about how the police know who sells drugs because sometimes they let them sell drugs because they need them to be able to work with somebody else that they come trying to catch. There's always a bigger fish. Now, I've been told y'all a little bit more than what I really should be telling you, but the truth of the matter is they really do know who's selling drugs, and sometimes they allow people to sell drugs because they have a bigger fish on the table. I tell you what, let's get it off the dope game and let's go into the politic game a little bit about that. You see how PG Sittenfield got in trouble? I knew he was dead in the water, and I knew he was guilty of it all because of how who set him up. I knew he was guilty before the cases started. He was on surveillance for 2 years, almost 2.5 years with the feds. They're not going to file. They're not going to get an indictment. They're not even going to file for an indictment unless they know they got you. 2.5 years of investigation. They had other people on Cincinnati City Council under investigation that they felt like, oh, well, we got a case, but I don't know if we got a solid case. And they just didn't file the indictments. So y'all stop it. The people that they got are the people that was guilty. The only one that was able to string it all the way out, ended up getting convicted and strung it out even longer, was the white boy that had the money to be able to do that. It's just classism. It wasn't because he was white. It's because he had the money to not beat the system, stretch the system. And I know some of y'all don't want to admit, but you don't have to say it to me. But I know y'all thought it was kind of weird that this man took a pardon from Donald Trump for him to be such a bad guy and he don't like Democrats and this and this and that. I'm just saying, he pardoned y'all guy over there. The police know who sell drugs, guys. Okay? It ain't no slick ass game. It's not a slick game. Sometimes when people say things like, man, the feds knew that they even brought dope into the community and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes, I understand. Two things can be true at the same time. Yeah, you're right. They have drugs in the community and they know that they there and they're not going to hammer down on it right away because they working on something. And it might look like they purposely putting the drugs in the community so they could tear up the community. But if y'all really think about it, some of our bag chasers, some of our people in our community, people that look like me, look like you, the feds ain't got to do nothing, or DEA and all them motherfuckers, they ain't got to do nothing for them people, some of us to be evil amongst each other. This is bread in some people. They don't care how it's going to cause damage to the community. They don't care nothing about it running. They don't care nothing about it just totally destroying a community. They care about themselves, and that's it. The feds don't have to invent nobody like that or create somebody like that. That person is already made. The fuck y'all thinking about? It's been that way. I don't see white boys in our community on the corner selling dope. And to be honest with you, that's not who the plug is all the time. Y'all, we way past that. I know y'all don't really know. That's why I laugh when y'all be saying crazy shit about they be bringing they be bringing drugs in our community, all that. You don't even know. Yeah, no, they don't have as much to do with the dope game as you think they do. They have a lot to do with the comings and the goings and the allowing and disallowing. They have a lot to do with that because they control your police departments. This is why I got a little hot under the cover. I'm not going to lie to you. This is why I got a little bit hot under the cover with the Jeezy thing. Yeah, I did. I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't mad, but I do think it's a little something that we really should pay attention to. Because look at the content that we tend to get thrown at us. Look at what 50 putting out. I got to call a spade a spade. Look at what 50 putting out. Look what's making 50 relevant these. I know I'm hating on Jeezy. Now I'm going in on my man. I know Curtis. Like I'm just being honest with you. Look at the shit that we have to, that's being put out, that's going to go not to us. It's probably gonna go, we're gonna see it too, but it's gonna go to the younger generation. You think they're gonna put a new paid in full version out that's gonna be conducive to 50-year-olders? No, they grabbing the 20 and the 25-year-old cats. Now it's gonna be a whole different set, whole different people. It's gonna be a remix, but it's gonna be a Sexy Red remix. It ain't gonna be no Eric B and Rakim remix. It ain't gonna be that. It's gonna be more conducive for the up and coming line of guys who want to get in the game and all that old shit. That's what it's gonna be. I promise you. But now, Power was a little bit different. Power was a mix. That show Power that 50 put out, that was a little bit different because it showed James Sinclair, right? It showed him, an older guy trying to get out of the game, but they made him cool. They made him cool, made him nice looking for the ladies, made the game look attractive, had the crazy ass white boy Tommy. They brothers, been doing shit since the sandbox together, and drew everybody in, drew us in, the older heads and the younger people, because they know how to do it now. They know how to blend these cultures into one. Let me go to the phone lines, man. Somebody straighten it out for me. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with? Uh-oh, sorry about that. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, good afternoon, it's Edsel.
Hey, Edsel, how you doing today, bro?
I'm pleasant.
Good, man. What's on your mind today?
Oh, no, it's been peeping the last couple of days of conversation about the Jeezy concert and whatnot.
You know, I've been waiting to hear your opinion on this. It might not be what we may not see eye to eye on it, but you're a hip hop guy, and I do respect what you say. Can I ask you a question before you chime in?
Absolutely.
Am I off base on that, bro? I respect your opinion. And we bounce on the wall sometime, and we go against, we don't see eye to eye on everything. But am I off base on that?
No, you're not. You're not off base at all. But part of that opinion probably has to do with just not a fan of Jeezy's artwork. His art or whatever, his craft.
I like his beats.
Yeah. Right.
See, I'm not hating on him. I'm saying he's a good artist, but I'm past that artistry.
There's something to be. That's the thing. There's something to be said about that. That you, at your age and the level of life and just mentality, you're past that kind of stuff. There's nothing you could do to try to make it clean or even classical to me.
So if I put a tux on, that's cleaning up the dope game. I mean, come on,
exactly.
Fame, get this shit right for us, bro. Make it make sense.
No, it's kind of hard, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, because from what I understand, Jeezy didn't even dress like that at the concert.
I heard he came out.
Unless it was something else.
I heard he came out in some. I don't know. The only clip that I've seen is the clip with him some long pants on and a wife beater and a cap to the back. That's what I've seen. But somebody in the comments said that he came out fur on. I don't give a shit what he had on. I know what he's talking about.
But your opinion to say that out loud on your own podcast is kind of bougie.
How? It's what was it?
Bougie.
Bougie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bougie.
Well, okay. I mean, I can't be right all the time about everything, but I'm curious
to
know.
That's a little bougie to say that to these people.
It's bougie to say it to them?
Yeah.
Okay. Explain that.
Yeah. To say that, just like,
Okay, come on.
Whatever they want to dress up for, time in a tux and black dress, black gown event or whatever. That's business. That's people's business.
So that's not being bougie.
Important.
So that's not being bougie to go to a snowman concert and dress up from head to toe. Look, and you have to admit, I don't know if you heard me talk about it. I thought everybody looked great. I thought that was what we should be coming out looking like every day. I didn't see bonnets. I didn't see no bullshit. I seen ladies that had their feet and nails done. Everybody looked good, looked great. But why do we come out for something like that? Why do we owe the honor to that bullshit versus coming out and seeing something that has better or made us stronger? That has weakened our.
Well, it's they're somewhat empowering. Like, you don't tell us what's class. We'll define what's classical to our music. Although I don't find the guy to be classical. I'm just saying there's something to be said that for those. I found the conversation the last 2 days, especially the comments in the chat and whatnot, I found it to be deplorable, considering that these people are this age thinking like that.
I agree with you. I agree, but the only difference is I had to stand on my own, fame. You ain't called in a couple days. Ain't nobody had my back on this shit. Everybody telling me I'm off base. I don't think they understand it the way I understand it. They seeing it as a movie, as a music thing, and I'm seeing it as a culture thing. And I just think that we talking about two different things. We just talking about two different things. I don't know. Do you see it that way?
I mean, well, to keep it hip hop, I mean, it's kind of.
Hold on, Fang. You muzzled up, bro. We can't hear you that well.
Let's start with that. I feel like there's a keep it hip hop. I feel like this. Spike Lee tried to get School Days Part 2 greenlit, and you know what it was going to be about?
What?
Old school hip hop versus new school hip hop.
Okay.
Instead of again, it's
okay,
going to be old school hip hop versus new school hip hop.
that would have been dope.
He couldn't get it greenlit though. Get the funding for it, and that's essentially what you have here. Jeezy's just not that type of artist that you or I would want to don a tux and whatnot. Like Nas is the first person to do this.
Right.
It was on PBS when he did it.
But if you think about it, it's suitable for artists like Nas. It's exactly suitable for someone like Nas.
Well, it was because he was doing it in his hometown, New York City.
I get it.
With the New York City Orchestra or whatever.
I get it. There's been several artists that have done it.
Band they have up there is called,
I mean, 50 Cent did it. There's several artists that have come out with orchestras. I've seen 50 Cent do that song, the Power theme song with an orchestra. I've seen that before. My thing is, it don't, for me being my age, it don't, when you talk in a certain element to everything, go with everything. You can't put ketchup on everything.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant by some of the commentary was deplorable. It was just like, wow, I can't believe I'm reading this. Some of these people are 60, 70 years old saying these things. Like, yeah, it's okay, this and that. But if you tell them you need to bake something, keep your oven at 350, they start calling the host of the damn show saying that Fame is being a chauvinist.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. But see, you got to understand, bro. Welcome to my world on that. I don't think people understand. I don't have a problem with you like. I have a problem with us glorifying and making things that have been bad for our community, glorifying it and how we gonna get dressed up for that, and we don't go get. When was the last time we had a black tie affair in the city of Cincinnati? I ain't talking about a picnic, an all white party or some shit like that. I'm talking about, when have we ever had a dress up gala for, not a specific club, like NAACP might have one, I don't know, but I'm talking about one that the world is open to, and it's been for an artist or somebody that's done something positive in our community. We've grown with that. Like, if I don't know, bro, if Public Enemy did it, shit, I would feel more comfortable. If somebody that's always been on the uplift and not tearing us down and not being part of the problem. Maybe it's just me, Fame. Maybe
that's what I'm saying. I think you're just caught up on. I think you're caught up on the black tie event, the imagery of it, the pageantry of it. At the end of the day, it's a rap concert. You just put on different clothes.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe when you're wearing different clothes, it takes some of the edge off.
Yeah, but okay. I think you're the perfect person for me to spread a little bit of the truth to. Okay. I was holding back some of the shit that I really wanted to say the last day or two about it. I seen leaders in the building. I seen people that should know better. Okay. I don't know if they would steal guards. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, bro?
Mm-hmm.
If they were, I don't know how to say it. Ron Dula keep on here talking shit. Ron wouldn't go if it was at Bogart's because he would be like, he didn't even go when they had to dress up. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, because he's a Jeezy fan. I'm just saying, I have a slight problem. It says a lot about certain people when they condone certain things, and when those things have when they have a lot to do with why the conditions are the way they are. I kind of, maybe that's me, and I know I'm not the only one that feel that way. It's just some people are not as to say something about it like I am.
Well, yeah, it's just I just I think you might overstep your boundaries a little bit.
So
what?
I guess I gotta get bold like that sometimes.
But no, that's what I was gonna say. If you're gonna be a podcaster, talk that shit. There ain't no limit. Either love me or leave me alone as a podcaster.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, but it says a lot. It just says a lot, Fame. It says a lot. It proves a point that some people have been making. And like Tanika just said, or not Tanika, excuse me, JV, Jerica just said, okay, this is going to get me put back in detention. No, it ain't, sis. She said, why does it matter how, excuse me, hold on, let me move. Why does it matter? How did this impact you? We've spent 2 days fussing about that grown, mature adults, excuse me, it's moving on me, did what they did with their own money. I'm assuming she's saying let people do what they want to do.
Because Jericho, he thought, like I did, thought he had a more reasonable, mature audience. And to hear y'all like rail against what he's saying is just like, wow. Like, really, y'all?
I think that's it. I have to agree with you, Fame.
It's deplorable. I'm telling you, just watching it, it's just like,
I wow, have to agree with you, Fame. I think you kind of hear, I'm not deep. I ain't saying nothing deep. I'm just spitting reality. I think the people that say what they saying right now, I bet you, Jerica, JV, I'm not putting you on blast, but I don't think you probably know one verse of a Jeezy song. I don't think you know a verse. I don't think you understand what trap music really is. I don't think you understand that music is what put a lot of our boys in the penitentiary. And now they mamas, the same ones that paid bond money, paid lawyers and all that old shit, down there dancing in the front row and you know, and your leaders are. And I don't have, look, for each your own. I like dope music, but I ain't about to go to a concert at 50 years old. I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to do that. I'm not. That's just me.
And let's be honest, those comments that these people, and there's nothing personal against anybody who made a comment about it or whatever, nothing like that. But it also shows, if you will, pardon the pun, the trap of rap music for Black people, because you really can't grow out of it. You're not allowed to grow out of it. If you grow out of it like you've done, like I, attempted to do myself, you're considered bougie.
Right. Like you called me.
Know what I'm saying?
Like you called me.
That's exactly. You're considered bougie. But, white people grow out of it all the time. That's why the guy from TMZ calls them white vacationers. Miley Cyrus. All these white people who came, what's his name? The boy that sang that Puffy was supposedly nailing.
The little young dude.
Bieber. Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake. Even Gary Owen has kind of softened up. He's not as urban as he was since the divorce. He's nowhere near as urban as he was.
Yeah. Well,
I'm getting
so much blowback here, Fame, from people that I love. They love me. And look, can't we just have a disagreement? Like, can't we have a difference of opinion on this, man? I just feel like
you're getting a blowback because you somewhat agree with me, and it's like that's like
I didn't know that you and I were gonna agree. You feel me? Like these same comments from a couple days ago, bro. It's the same pattern, the same shit.
They feel like you're selling them out agreeing with me.
Huh?
They feel like you're selling them out when you agree with me.
I don't care. I'm not selling anybody out because we agree. You agree with me because you never put a post out. You never said anything. So you came on to the show just basically agreeing to what I was already saying. So it's not that I agree, not that it really matters, but I want to make it make sense.
Well, I wanted to break down why there was such a schism between you and your audience on this. That's what I was doing. But let me say this, because the post you were talking about paid in full and whatnot. The young lady, she spit that, and it sounds adequate, etiquette and every, it sounds beautiful. She thinks she's spitting, but she's not.
Who are you talking about?
The lady who talks about how paid in full. I put it in the group. The little girl who made the post, the young lady.
Oh, okay.
Said, these people will talk about, they'll love this coming out, but they'll in the same breath will hate another slave movie.
That's
it's
two
because
different
slave
things.
movies are, they're false equivalents.
Right, that's two different things.
Yeah, slave movies, black folks ain't ever winning in those, and there's no lesson to be learned in a slave movie. In these hood dramas, there's always a lesson to be learned about greed,
Hold on, let me say this.
excess, all that kind of stuff.
I hear you. You're on point. Let me say this to JV. Jericho, let the story breathe. It ain't really about Jeezy anymore. It's the things that we see as a normal culture behavior, the things that we accept in our culture and that we're passing down to our kids. That's where I'm going. It's not about Jeezy. It's about how it's Frank actually on the phone with me a few weeks ago. Do you remember me asking you the question? Because I felt a certain way about when people say, we got parents out here trying to be friends with their kids. Remember that question?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Frank, do you think that parents are trying to be cool with their kids? Or do you think that they just kind of they brought up in the same music, the same culture and everything? And I think that's why you see Jeezy people who got a lot of people down there they got parents that were in that same cultural line, listening to that same music, feel me? Going through those same situations like the lyrics of the songs. And those are the parents that y'all said was trying to be friends. It ain't just these parents today are not the parents that y'all claim. This is not the first group of parents that y'all saying trying to be friends. There was the 90s the 90s parents that y'all was saying they trying to be friends with their kids. This ain't the first generation. There's been several before this generation here. And I'm showing you the repercussions of people that y'all say trying to be friends with their kids. No, they're built in the same culture of music. So they have the same morals and the same beliefs, and they see the same cool shit. And here we are.
That's a great point. And we're gonna end it right there, folks. It's always been real. I had fun, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip. But until then, y'all be safe. Oh,
thank you, Fame. Appreciate you engaging. That's a first. No, it's not a first, but it's been a while since Fame and I've been on the same page. I understand, y'all. It ain't hard to hear, and some of y'all love Jeezy, and y'all think I'm singling you out. You know what I'm saying? You might think that I'm trying to say that I think you're not a good person or something. It's not that. All I'm saying to you is very relevant of all the things that we find to be interesting and entertaining. It's like, why do we keep falling under the same spell of Hollywood? Hollywood has an agenda. This is why I say, okay, I like Tyler Perry, but I don't. I love his business hand. And it's proven more and more each day the reason why he's able to do what he's able to do. And that's because I told y'all, it takes a level of, you got to have permission to do what Tyler Perry is doing. Let me go back to the phone lines. You got to have permission to be a millionaire. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, it's your boy Twin, man.
Hey, Twin, what's going on, man?
You
and Jericho calling at the same time. You were on hold. Jericho, call right back after Twin. You know I only got one phone line.
You said what now?
No, I was talking. I'm sorry. I was talking to the audience.
Oh, that was a good intro with Ron. It was funny with Harlem tonight.
That was not Ron. I said that was
it was shot at Ron. We know it was. We know it was. You can pump fake all you want to on here.
I said that was my favorite part of the movie from Harlem.
I know you shooting your shot at Ron though. It's cool though.
Oh, so what?
That man up to it.
Okay, so you Ron's
whatever you was doing today, you was smoking on that Teddy Riley today, and it's bad.
Okay, all right. What's on your mind?
No, you know.
What's on your mind today, Protector? You're Protector of Ron today. What's on your mind today, bro?
No, man, I had to bother you and all that. Hey, man, you ain't got to buy my product, man. I mentioned that before, man. And everything, you ain't got to buy my, they did what they did back in the day, the hustlers and everything. And you saying what the drug dealers did and all that, and had messed up the black community. Okay, you ain't gotta buy my product. But you was probably the main one up there while watching Scarface and all that.
I seen it a few times. I was
Yeah,
young.
I know you probably want to be one.
Well,
A hustler. No, who knows?
exactly. No, you're
You
not
probably the
lying.
one that want to come out of that Regal Theater being another Bruce Lee.
That's
with
right.
the little cardboard hanger that you made out of chuck sticks and everything.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
I know, so you can't knock nobody. I ain't tell you about my product.
Okay, wait
so
a minute,
how
hold
you
on.
go knock on somebody hustle, man?
Hold on, man.
You hate.
That ain't got nothing to do with those two things. Have nothing to do with each other. How you gonna compare a Bruce Lee movie and all that old shit to Scarface?
Man, I'm just saying, man. That's hate, man. You not gonna.
That's
You
just
talk
so
we
easy.
glorified and
That
all
is
that.
so easy.
But you
to
listen
say.
to 50 Cent movies, right?
I listened to 50 Cent movies. Oh, I didn't touch the button. He hung up. I promise you. He gonna call right back. I will limit it because I want to hear from Jericho. I will limit it because he gonna call right there. You go. He gonna call right back. What happened? And you hung up on us.
I got the feds tapping on me.
I don't know why.
No, I'm just playing.
Oh, okay. But
no.
But
yeah, you
that's
did
a
all
horrible.
that, man, but,
that's a
man,
horrible.
hustle.
That's a horrible example.
Ain't no horrible example, man. I
Okay.
ain't tell you about my product. And everything you ain't got to buy for me. Go buy from a white man. And everything, and I'm gonna tell you this because I did my time.
Hold on.
I'm gonna let you in on the secret. I did my time.
I can't let you get away. I can't let you.
Hold on, player. It's my turn first.
I know, but I gotta. Can I rebuttal something that you said? Can I say
yeah,
something?
Whatever. Go ahead.
Okay. You say if you don't like my product, then go buy it from the white man. How many white dudes were standing on the corner in your neighborhood where you was from in Chicago?
Yeah, I didn't grew up around no white. I grew up around Puerto Rican.
Okay, so is that a white boy?
Really, Puerto Rican.
Is that a white boy in your book?
No, let me tell you.
Okay, but wait a minute.
Let me tell you my clientele though, because I did my time. My clientele was dental assistants, lawyers, and prosecutors. That's the only ones I deal with. I ain't really. Only time I served to a black when they want to trick off. Other than that, I ain't really met. I was going for the
really
heavy.
Just say that,
man. My time is up. I can say what I want.
Say what you want to say, but you just said the only time that you sold to blacks is when they was tricking it off. You know, I understand. They might not know what the fuck that mean. I know what that mean, bro. You sound crazy as hell. You said that shit in broad daylight.
Man, I'm saying I can say what I want. I did my time, but I'm just trying to tell you I served to. And since Black Lion want to keep putting me down, oh, you served to your own people. Yeah, I served to them, but they tricked out with it and everything.
Oh my God, bro. Come on, man. All
they went to go do whatever.
Meanwhile,
I need some of this, man. I got about to get this. Man, I did. Man, that's on them. I don't care what you do with it. Just get my money.
All right, so now let me ask you something, bro, about the 50 Cent taking over. You seen the movie Paid in Full, right?
Yeah, no, that's based on dude out of New York, ain't it?
Yeah.
I heard about it.
Oh, you've never seen Paid in Full?
I watched clips of it, a little bit of it.
Okay, so then you will. I can't ask you the question because
I heard about dude. I mean, the real person behind it, and then what he did out of New York. So I know, but I really didn't get into it like that. I knew about dude though.
Okay, well,
I heard about him.
Okay, I was only gonna ask. It's
based on a true story.
Okay,
I know that.
I was gonna ask you, how do you feel? Yeah, it's based on a true story. How do you feel about?
Well, a little lucky.
Yeah. How do you feel about them doing a reboot of that movie and making it a mini series?
Stupid.
Okay, why you feel that way?
Leave it alone. Leave it alone, man. The past is the past.
It's like it's almost like what was Frank Lucas. It's like when we seen the movie.
Frank Lucas didn't even. When we broke them. When he say they didn't even speak the real truth about Frank Lucas. They didn't really tell. They skipped the part when his wife went to jail too. They skipped all that.
Yeah, well, because they have to make it not look so bad because I think they're still selling that lifestyle.
If you go tell a story, you better tell it. You got to tell it, man. You bringing all this everyday thing to the scene.
That's my whole point, y'all. Hear me out. Thank you, Twin. You made a great.
We're gonna get to that because you go get to your. Point what you want to make. You got to be the man of the 2 hours or whatever.
No. Listen, I think you made a good point when you said they don't show you everything in these movies of how it is in real life. I totally agree with you. Because if you make it too detrimental to people, to the people we looking up to, if you show the shit that they really went through, people might not want to do it. Like, you still got people, I know you seen New Jack City, right? So you
That's
still
one
got,
of my favorites.
still got people. Are you waiting for New Jack City too?
No,
Okay,
I'm not waiting
there's
for
a
none
lot
of
of people still waiting for New Jack 2, and Nino fell over the banister. Y'all waiting for him to be up and alive and in a wheelchair selling drugs.
Resurrect himself.
Yeah, y'all ready for him to dust himself off in a wheelchair and come back out looking slick and shit. This is the worst stuff that happens to our community, is representing dysfunctional thievery, dope selling, and drug distribution in our communities as if it's something cool. It's not. It's not. And the budgets that Hollywood allow these companies to have is more so than what Spike Lee can get for Malcolm X. I mean, bro, this is ridiculous to me, man. It's just crazy. And it all plays into coming into town. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Why Spike Lee never came out with a dope fiend movie, did he?
Yeah, he did. He had a couple. He had something. He had, I think, Rage in Harlem. He had some people that was on drugs, but it was basically showing artists. It was showing like musicians that had some drug problems, but it wasn't based on dope.
But I think, to be honest, you're right. To be honest, Wyatt, they're hypocritical about the black community, man. The Hollywood and stuff. Because the reason why I say that, if you want to change and all that, and Quentin Tarantino and Restaurant we talked about a couple of weeks ago does not do that. Bring this trauma and stuff, messing with different bras or getting knocked across the head, selling dope or shooting each other. We the only ones that come out with movies like that. So if you want to change and all that, how's there going to be a change when you throwing it back in our face?
That's not true. That's not true.
Huh?
That's not true, because I can think of several Italian movies.
Why comment ain't true?
Because I'm about to tell you. That's not true, because I can think of Italian movies that came out that's all mob related. It just seems like when they do that, we gravitate to that shit as well. You see what I'm saying? Like, whenever there's, if you're
young is focused to more than him, what is it? Power and what's it called, man? Hey, you see that new Power? You see that new BMF? No.
Bro.
Because I don't watch it. I used to watch it. I don't too much get into it. Now the Shy I do.
Oh, I love the Shy, but that's not a dope
I love
movie.
the Shy, but that other stuff I don't get into that BMF because I knew about Big Meech and all. Why would I want to do a replay off their life?
There's more lesson in the Shy.
If anything, talk about the Chambers brothers out of coming out of Detroit, who started that. Big Meech, you just eating off them. They started there. You ate off them. If you want to be, if you really want to know, you really want to know the real true story about.
I personally don't know that story of, the Chamber brother. I don't know that. But what I do know is what's being drug out to the world to see today, and it's motivating people to do bad shit. It's giving you direction. You both, back in the day, now you probably grew up in an era where you didn't need music to direct you into how to do your stuff. You might have had a big homie because you was gang related and y'all taught each other what to do. Some of us,
I watched the movie.
Okay, well, maybe so. But what I'm saying to you is, some children who learn how to do certain things learn through music, learn through movies. Some had a big homie that taught them how to do some shit, and it's just different. My point is, here we go again. We putting too many lessons out here of bad shit, of these mini series and all that old stuff, and it's leading the way. And we're wondering why our children are looking at these street things and the stuff out here with these, what do they call the guns, with the unstoppable switches and all of that, bro. Look, bro, y'all got to understand, this shit come from somewhere. These children are not being raised by parents that teach them everything. Some of these parents are falling back, and the streets are teaching these kids. The streets out hustling the parents. And we sitting back here glorifying bullshit and making sure Paid in Full come back. We making sure that, my mama and them went down there to see Jeezy the Snowman. You see what I'm saying? All that old shit, bro. Like, people don't understand where I'm coming from. I don't have a problem with Jeezy. I don't have a problem with anything he said in 2015 or whatever, 2009. I don't give a shit about what he said. I just know there's a point in your life that you got to outgrow some of that shit because people are looking at you and you represent what you represent. Yeah. People follow. If you got on here and glorified, you do it. When you come on here and you say things about gangs and stuff, you're talking about something most people don't know nothing about. So when you say something and it's different than how they've been taught, and I don't mean this disrespectful, twin, you say things that people don't understand because you know it a different way. People, including myself, I was taught that gangs fought against each other. You been in a gang and you didn't already told people some shit that's crazy. They think it's crazy. Well, we was changing the game. We was out here. We was put together to bring the community together. Is that not what the gangs was out there supposed to be doing?
They're unifying now.
I don't know if they're as good as they were supposed to be. I can't say that.
You said they good. No, like you said, and I can admit to it and agree with you finally that that era messed the whole organization up.
Well,
regardless from here, Memphis, LA, New Orleans, all over, it messed up. The crack era did that. Well, the crack epidemic, it messed everything up. See, basically, like I said before, you said it too. It's a luxury and lifestyle that you was living on. It was territory that we were basically fighting for. Everything was all good in there. It was basically the crack era that messed everything up. And then once you took the leaders off and everything that had structure and guidance and took them away, everything broke up. And we had a peace treaty going on that broke up every organization up, right? Whether you Vice Lord, GD, BD, now they come with insane. They come with renegades.
I hear you. You've said that before several times. I know what you're talking about. But the average ear, some of us in the Midwest where we didn't grow up with gangs, we don't know gangs.
I'm pretty sure somebody on here.
Hold on. I just got to explain it to you the way most people, the way most of us, including myself, until, like I told you, my best friend was from Chicago and he was in the gangs and his mama used to bring him to New Orleans every summer to get out of that shit, but it just didn't work. I know a little bit more about it. Rufus, my people, you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying to you, bro, is the average ear out here only know gangs as being gang banging, like territorial, going at each other, shooting and killing, the blue versus the red. We have a perception of what gang violence and all that is, and it's totally different than how you see it. You see it as a family that started out trying to do things the good. We don't see that. We can't relate to what you're talking about.
I understand. Am
I wrong, y'all? I can't relate. Y'all, we can't relate to what Twin is talking about because he doesn't see it the same way we see it.
Yeah, I understand now. I understand. And what people were saying, and we go talk about this, but that's what I grew around. That's what I know. I mean, man, I grew around positive.
But I don't know how you could think selling
when I
drugs.
Say something, man, it's my testimony, so I don't care.
Yeah, but here's my problem.
I pay my debt to society, so whatever I say, man.
Answer this for me, Twin, about the gang. I promise y'all, this is my last gang shit. Answer this for me. When you were in gangs in Chicago, what was y'all major source of income? How did y'all make y'all money to stay together? I really mean it. I don't really know, because if y'all started out doing good for the community, how did y'all make y'all money?
How do you think Martin Luther King got protected when he came through Chicago and other areas?
Oh, so
Chicago was on a part. Chicago. Reason why organizations started, man.
Are you saying that y'all were protectors? Are you saying that y'all would he'd have to check in and y'all would pretty much be his protection?
When he came through there, like it's a city called Ain't No Nigga.
So y'all would be his protection, and he would
they was protection when there was a movement in civil rights and all that.
I never knew.
See, people don't know the history of the gang. Hold on. Go ahead.
I quite honestly, let me tell y'all what I thought. I always thought it was the Nation of Islam that was there. That's what I thought, because that's what I was taught. The nation taught me that they were the foundation of the protection for Martin Luther King.
No.
Yes, because I know that Martin Luther, well, I'm not saying that you're wrong. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X kind of had their differences. However, from my understanding, the Nation of Islam was getting paid to protect Martin Luther King throughout the South. Now, I don't know what they were doing in the Midwest. I don't know.
Now, the South, yeah. But when they shot up to the Midwest, he came through Chicago and all that. It was protection, man. See, Malcolm and Martin didn't get along really.
Well, they didn't have no beef. They didn't have no problem.
They got along, but they didn't disagree with everything. Because
Right.
Sam Cooke was go fund them and say, man, y'all stop this. I got y'all.
Was gonna fund who?
Go fund their organization.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is how I know that. No, I wouldn't say that. I do know that the nation was protecting Martin Luther King. I know
he was getting protected by it, but when he came through that, see, the organization started. It was Gangster Disciple. Growth and development take a place to the late '80s. Wyatt. It was always Gangster Disciple.
So answer that
really,
question.
It was Black Gangster Disciple. And let me tell you, they was reason why they was like that. Wyatt, because it was a movement, the Civil Rights Movement, and it was the Black Panthers, and it was Gangster Disciple and all them. They all came together. Hey, no, we ain't gonna have this white folk stuff and all this going through here. So that's how they came about. And then after that, from David Barksdale, who originally started, to Larry Hoover, they got in cahoots that, I'm running this over here. And that's when it was Black Gangster Disciple. That's when it broke off. Oh, you had a BDs, now I got the Gangster Disciples over here. Matter of fact, that go Willie Lloyd now. Jeff Ford, L. Rookers, they started and it was, you ain't got 55th Street, nigga, I got that. You ain't got 63rd. So that's how it all came together, off of territory.
What was the major source of income for the gangs?
The dope.
Okay, so now how was that better in the community? Were they going to the suburbs?
Why they had organizations set up for the community? Right. It was the white man that came there. And when a brother get that money and that yin yang, them Yankees start talking in your ear. Hey, man. Hey, here's what y'all doing on 63rd. I ain't doing nothing. Hey, you don't tell us you getting this 20 years. Matter of fact, here go a key. Right. Hey, tell us who. That's how it got. They send informant to the gangs, man.
Yeah, I know how they get out of
I
know how they got.
They sit in there and break up the branch, man.
I know how they got
caught up. That's how it all started.
But they got caught up for crime, twin. They didn't get caught up. There was no conspiracy. There was no setups. They got caught.
What you mean it wasn't? What you calling them?
They were actually drug dealers. They were committing. You said what? They didn't get. I'm not saying that everybody that went to jail played the part that they got indicted on.
They had to get the leaders off. Like Jeff Ford, he went to jail because he was messing with Gaddafi. Larry Hoover's supposed to have been out of jail. He wasn't the one that killed one body. What you doing? What you think they doing today? Why for one body? Getting you 12 years at the most?
I ain't even gonna lie.
Probably 2 life sentences or something like that.
That's a whole nother conversation because you got another good solid point on that.
Man, I'll flood this, man. That's why I gotta talk to you. Man, I'll flood your time, man. I'm trying to tell you the real recognize real, man. See, white folk want to pump fake y'all with this. Oh, this a bag. Man, you better, I think about the good. Even though we know we was messed up in society.
Yeah,
but I think the outcome of, you can't, just like you keep embedding me with that slavery and all, what's the good of slavery? Just like you said, what's the good part of the gangsters? I'm saying, what's the good part of the slavery then? You keep saying they got hung, but what's the outcome of it? The good part. Don't tell me they get hung and that's traumatizing to me.
Yeah, well, I don't think this, just like in the dope game, there's no good that came out of that except self.
You asking what's the good part?
No, I'm about to answer your analogy of what came good out of slavery. Nothing. I think I don't think anything good came out of it other than the fact that we're here.
When the Negroes in the cotton field picking, hey man, we gotta have. Hey, matter of fact, I'm about to make this peanut butter. Matter of fact, I'm about to make this cotton to stop us from bleeding.
Well,
man, it was some good came out of that slave plantation. When you're in that cotton field from sun up to sundown, hey, I'm about to create this light bulb, this AC unit. You think them Negroes want to right? I ain't saying God, God forbid, but you get them niggas in jail. I've been around. I say, man, you a cold-blooded nigga, man, for making it. Never knew he can make the drawing and all that and the other creation they was doing in the joint. I'm like, man, y'all got all this talent, man. It's just a waste. You're like, yeah, man, I did this, and you know, I got around them blows and all that. You dig, Joe, and then I'm like, dang, man, you got talent, man. When you get out, just use it, man. You got a lot of knowledge, just use it.
Okay.
I know, man, but that's how it is, man. That's how it is. And then Wyatt, let me say this, man. So, man, I watched Chicago news yesterday, man. 70-year-old man catching a bus, man, got beat up and died at the bus stop.
Yeah.
But you mean to tell me, yeah, it's going political here. You mean to tell me no, you don't want no troops, man? And then I saw what the other day, yesterday, dude got what, life sentence for the killing Nylon or something.
Yeah.
The boy that got through in the river.
Local.
And he confessed to it.
Oh, he did confess? He did confess?
I heard he confessed and said when he threw him, he was still alive.
Oh man.
I know.
I didn't hear that.
I mean,
I don't know.
I gotta say a prayer for Rod and everything. Cause he be calling the radio station. And I don't know how true it is. I heard about it. I'm like, what? And he confessed to it, said he was alive. I said, I don't know. That right there, I don't know my reaction off that. But me right there sitting in the courtroom listening to that, I probably would have been doing 6 months or something because I'm going straight for your neck. For something like that, just listening to it. And then, you know, prayers to my sister. She called me, man. Well, she texted me, wife, about 5 o'clock. I'm about to get off. It was like 5:49. And she said she gone. I'm like, who gone? And it was her best friend, man. You know, I said goodbye to her wife last week when I was at her house.
Okay.
Told her I love her. And, you know, my sister said she was gone. I called her a little bit after I left. And, you know, her daughter was in the background. And it was just a hurt feeling because she was saying, wake up, mama, wake up.
She was saying, wake up, mama, wake up. Oh, she died in her sleep?
She died. They came and got her yesterday, from hospital. To go to hospice at 2:30.
Oh, okay. She was older.
And this morning, she died at 4:31, 4:30. And I'm like, dang, that's a quick transaction going from your house to hospital and die the next day. Okay. She wasn't there 25, but
all right.
You know, I tell you, man, it's so much to it, but
all right, bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry to hear about that, twin, but I gotta move on, bro. I got people calling right behind you, and they, you know,
oh, my bad, man.
Time.
All right, Wyatt.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thanks for engaging. Y'all wrong. Timing. The only one that was I ain't gonna say that people wasn't saying move on. I'm not suggesting y'all wasn't saying that, but it's kind of, y'all know, twin switch gears. Phone line is open. It's hard. It's very hard to, like, he went from one thing and now he went to a sorrow story. And I'm like, I can't rush somebody. Oh man, my mama died, or my girlfriend died, and my sister's best friend died. I can't be like, bro, I gotta move on. I'm sorry. The last probably 5 minutes might have been a little brutal, maybe 10, but I'm just saying, my apologies, yo. My apologies on that. But it's hard to have a conversation with someone and then they go into, without taking a breath, my brother, my girl, whatever, people died. That's hard to do. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me go back to the phone lines. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
It's Jericho Wyatt. How are you?
JV, what's good? What's happening?
Nothing much. I am like, my God, are we still on this topic?
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, help me. Okay, so I guess let me stop. I guess I'm just a little confused by your position here, right? Because it's as if you are demeaning adults, mature, grown adults who work hard for their money, who decide to go and purchase tickets to go to this Jeezy orchestra type concert and this black tie affair. And they dress up to enjoy the music. And I don't understand what the issue is. It's not as if they're out there still selling drugs. I don't even think Jeezy even makes music anymore. I mean, it's not as if he's trying to promote drug dealing to the people that are sitting there, us mature folks. Because I didn't go, but if I was in Cincinnati, I definitely would have. Because
you're a
unlike
Jeezy fan?
what you think, I know Jeezy music. I know what trap music is. I don't know where you think I've come from. I don't think.
No. I'm just asking. You a Jeezy fan?
Yeah, I like G. I mean, I ain't never been like, oh, we want Jeezy, but I mean, I've listened to his music. I enjoy some of the songs.
Do you come from an era where that type of music, where trap music affected your community?
Yes.
You from where you from?
I come from the you know what? In your 50s, I think you got to be in your 50s, or maybe
I'm from the crack era. That's where I'm from. The crack era. I'm from where the Jeezy, the Snowman, and all that stuff, and the Dimes and the Knicks affected the community. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that you don't understand it. I'm just saying that it affects us. It's like I'm not really on Jeezy anymore. I'm talking about the effects of what the Jeezy music and how the music and the miniseries and all that play a big part in what we still looking at and what we glorify today. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, I'm a little confused even there, because although you're saying I'm not talking about Jeezy, you continue to bring up the fact that, oh my God, they dressed up to go and hear about drugs.
And what did I say?
You are still hung up on that also. If we're being honest here and being transparent, you are bothered by the whole thing.
No, because I said everybody looked great. I said everybody looks great.
Just because you dress up a pig don't mean it ain't a pig no more. I mean, you said the other day, I don't know why they're on the radio talking about Cincinnati showed up, Cincinnati looked nice. I'm not going and dressing up and wearing a black tie and a tuxedo. I wish I would. You said all of that, sir.
I said I wouldn't have went down there.
Honest.
No, yeah, absolutely. I said I wouldn't have went down there dressed up to listen to Jeezy. I'm past that type of music. That's what I said. Now, that was the only thing personally I said.
Let's stay right there. Let's stay right there, because it's a lot going on in this conversation. Okay, so I hear what you're saying. You're like, okay, and Fame said the same thing. I am no longer there mentally. It's okay. You don't have to be. It could be that some of those people there are also beyond that mentally, but his music can still be appreciated. It could be nostalgic. His music was a cultural influence.
Exactly.
So, stay with sir. I am not, sir. You doing me like twins with you.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. It's culturally influential. I agree with you.
All right. Finishing that point, it's a cultural influence, albeit negative or positive, right? It could have been positive for some, negative for others. Some of us could listen to the music and still not go sell drugs or go rob. What did you used to do? Steal bags from grocery stores and sell them to people? Like hitting licks. We might have listened to that kind of music, but we didn't develop into that. So I don't think anything is wrong with people taking their own hard-earned money to go and appreciate music from their childhood. I don't get I guess for me, it was very like a simple conversation. Let's have this discussion and move on. But you are really bothered by it. Now, this whole Paid in Full thing, I'm not into the whole remaking movies. I love Paid in Full. I loved Belly, all of those things. I don't think they can be touched or should be touched. But I mean,
so you don't agree that 50 buying, I'm sorry. You don't agree 50 buying the Paid in. Did you ever see you've seen Paid in Full?
Yes, I saw Paid in Full.
What are we getting out of that? And I agree with you, Jerica. Maybe I took it a little too personal with the.
You
did. Okay, maybe so. But I think what happens is that era is I was too close to it. You understand what I'm saying? I was way too close to it. It took a lot, not from me personally. It took a lot away from me, around me. I grew up in that era of Snowman. I know what those lyrics are. I know the decisions and the choices that a lot of us made was based off of stuff that was put in front of us. Just like if you see some movies today, if you look at some of these miniseries today, and don't think I don't appreciate what you said, JV. I really do. Trust me. I do. I think where we have a disconnect in the conversation is I think that we're glorifying something that has done more damage than good. And because it's like people who say, well, man, because people smoke weed, let them smoke weed. But let them smoke weed, but just let them smoke weed and to confine them so they home. Now that they have legalized weed, I was in Cleveland over the weekend, Jerica, and everywhere I went, I smelled weed down the street. Everywhere in the stadium, I mean, everywhere was weed smoking. So just now, because they are legalizing weed, now I got to be part of the, it's all on my clothes. I can't go in the gas station. I can't do none of that without
Just like
smelling like
cigarettes.
weed. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
everything
just like cigarettes and cigarette smoke. I mean,
exactly.
I don't understand. Okay.
So now you seen Paid in Full. Let me get to this point because I know you probably got to go. You work.
Okay.
You seen Paid in Full before?
Yes.
Okay. Did you like the movie?
Yes.
I like the movie too. How old is it? Roughly 20 years old or so?
I don't know.
Roughly.
Maybe.
So that was an era that we probably can appreciate it a little bit different than if it came out today. It probably wouldn't be as stimulating to us. Well, to me, it wouldn't be. Would it be to you?
Would I would watch it. I would.
You would watch it to judge it, right?
It would be like nostalgic for me. So yeah.
All right. And I would watch it too.
Come on now, Wyatt. Now there were some weak-minded people, no shade to you, because apparently it impacted you. There were some weak-minded individuals, children who didn't have role models, who couldn't listen to certain things because it did negatively impact them and influence their decisions to do things. I was sneaking and listening to Little Kim and some old nasty other people. I wasn't a hoe. I wasn't throwing my ass out there. Like, I was just enjoying the music.
You probably had
it
a little
was
bit
okay
different.
to just enjoy. It doesn't mean it. I mean, there's some people who couldn't listen to certain things, but go ahead.
No, I was saying you probably had a little bit better family upbringing. You probably had somebody that you.
You don't know what my upbringing is. If you want to ask it, ask it. Don't assume. Let's not do that.
No, what I'm saying to you is,
my father was a drug. Pause. My father was a whole crackhead.
Okay,
whole crackhead.
But what I mean,
pause. Sit right there in that for a second. My father was a whole crackhead and used to be abusive to my mother. I've seen my father get beat up by a drug dealer because he didn't pay him his money. So I've been exposed to a lot. So to say things like, well, it was probably because you were raised up this way, or you probably don't even know what trap music is. Those are assumptions just based on what you see now or hear and speak to now.
It's a figure of speech. However, what I mean by that is most people generally make their decisions based off something. It's not always because of how they feel. Sometimes we do things and say things and we react based on how we affect other people. That's why I say maybe the way you were raised, because maybe your father was a drug addict. Not everybody in your family was a drug addict. Somebody you was doing something in your life for that you didn't want to disappoint someone.
Right. And that's exactly what I said. I had some positive role models. Right, who helped to shape me, but it wasn't just music alone.
I understand that. And I'm not suggesting music is the only thing that puts us in a spot. All I'm saying to you, let me ask you this, because
did you sell drugs as a kid?
I was involved in the drug trade, but I wasn't
selling drugs.
And that's kind of like why I take the position that I take, Jerica, because of what some of the decisions. You've never heard my story, my testimony on the show. Maybe what I'll do is I'll DM you one day and maybe you might understand the intricacies of me because of what I went through as a child, how I discovered that the streets wasn't for me, how I discovered that the decisions that we make are our own, and the decisions that we make are based on a lot of influence. People, there's always something that's going to influence you to make some of the things, some of the bad choices that you make. I don't think that people make a lot of bad choices on their own without influence. I think we all know right from wrong. I think the influence is more powerful than we give credit for. And I think that's why I always go to that. Like, of course, there was somebody that influenced me to go get money when I was still. I mean, we're talking about a 7-8-year-old child that was stealing shopping bags. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a younger mind. But in your case, I'm not trying to be judge you when I say, well, you probably don't know, how it is. I don't think that everybody who has made certain choices in life has gone through the same. Most of the people that make those drug dealer decisions come from the same space. It's a very small number of people who sold drugs who came from very, very good families. I'm not saying that there's none. I'm saying that most of us have this perception that in order to sell drugs, you had to be dusty from the projects, and that was the only option that we had. And I feel offended by hearing stuff like that. But I do know that a lot of us have been influenced by people around us. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe I think the way I think because of my surroundings growing up that were involved in the drug trade. Maybe that's why I feel the way I feel.
Right. And I understand that. I mean, we are all a product of our environment in some form of fashion. But at some point, our maturity and grown up self make better decisions. Some of us should have just become older and have not matured in any way.
Yeah.
But there are some of us who do.
You got time for another
Also,
question?
I want to add in something that you said that was not true.
Okay.
You said that you like the Shy and that there's no drugs, or did Twin say there's no drugs selling in the Shy?
I didn't say there was no drug dealing in the Shy. What I said it wasn't based off a drug dealing movie. It's not a drug dealing movie. You know, like Scarface was a drug dealing movie. Paid in Full is a drug dealing movie. The aspect of the Shy that's a lesson. That has a little bit of homosexuality, you know, homosexuality.
There's a lot of things in the Shy.
But that's what makes it more realistic than a movie or a series that just concentrates on drug dealing. There are bad people, but there's great people in the Shy too. There's politics in the Shy. There's home, you know what I'm saying? There's marriage in the Shy. There's a lot. It's well-rounded.
It is. Okay. Yeah, I get that.
It's probably is it one of yours? It's one of my favorite series. I love the Shy.
It is, but I'm also a BMF girl and Power and all that stuff. I watch all of it. Well, I'm not gonna be like Twin and say like I have a cousin who plays on BMF or used to be in BMF or anything like that.
But hold on now. I'm not gonna go too hard on BMF. And that's only because you know, I think you and I are from this right around the same age. So you have to understand that we understand the Feli tracksuits and all the shit that they're wearing. It's almost like us reminiscing in a place, okay? And it's not.
Well, let's circle that back around just to that Jeezy concert. That's the same thing that those people were probably experiencing as well, just all in the same place.
Yeah, but you know what, sis? The question that I was going to ask you was, do you understand what I was saying about family? Look, what was it? It was parents trying to be friends with their kids. Mm-hmm. Do you think that parents are trying to be cool with their kids, or trying to be friends with their kids, or do you think that they pretty much in the same culture, like the same uprising in the music? Do you think that the parents today are listening to the same music that their kids are listening to? That plays a bigger part in it than I'm trying to be my kid's friend. I think they're just in the same, you know what I'm saying, in the same space.
Well, no, okay. I kind of agree with you there, but my take is probably a little bit different than yours, because I see it as the children now and the parents, there's not much of an age difference. I mean, at most, these parents are a lot younger than our parent. Well, not your parent, because your parent was a child, but a lot of our parents were older, right? I mean, we weren't that close in age. And we also had grandparents, right, who were a lot older, and they helped to shape us and raise us pretty much. These kids don't have that nowadays, right? Because grandparents are like in their 30s, in their 40s. The parents are like in their 20s, early 20s, and these kids, kids are like an accessory to a lot of these parents now. It's just cute to dress them up, have them know the Sexy Red songs. It's very immature. They're being raised by very immature parents. And I really do feel sorry for this generation of children. But I don't think it's solely based on the music. I also think that there's that generational gap that isn't that wide. Not as wide as it was between like us and our parents, but that's my take on it.
I hear you. I appreciate that, but I just think that kids are learning this behavior from somewhere. I don't think they're learning it from parents.
So you just think the music is influencing everything that these children do?
I would say music, and of course we have to say social media, right? But I think the music is the power base, the power line, just like it was for us. I think
because for us, I can only speak for myself. I'm sorry. For me and some of my friends and family members, we weren't able to listen to that kind of music because our parents didn't allow it. So these parents are allowing it. So it has a lot to do with the parents.
Well,
we used to sneak and listen.
Right.
That's
my point.
It didn't
Cultural
have such an impact because we weren't permitted by our parents to listen to it.
Right. That's kind of like what my point was before. My mother didn't really grow up in the era of hip hop. She grew up in the R&B era of Luther Vandross and all that. Hip hop wasn't really doing what it was doing. So it was easier for me to kind of get into hip hop, and my mother like my grandmother couldn't stand rap, but rap was nowhere bad yet. What my grandmother heard was 2 Live Crew, and it was like, oh no, you can't listen to that. She didn't really understand Run DMC and all that. That wasn't bad music. That was just rap music, okay? It wasn't bad subjects. But when the subjects got bad, our parents were already kind of like understanding rap music and getting along with it. My grandmother never liked it because it got bad. When she only heard the bad stuff. She didn't care about Run DMC. She only heard the 2 Live Crews, and then it only got worse with the NWAs and stuff that came after that. My grandmother knew better. My mother was more like, you know, we'll let it go. We'll let him listen to it. It's no big deal. But I was already taken off because Jerica, when my mother was 30, I was 15 already. So it's kind of hard, and I'm in a bad spot right there because you know I can't really explain that one. Maybe she was trying to be more cool than, you know,
when she was a child.
Yeah,
you guys
exactly.
pretty much grew up together. So.
But now when you have a 30-year-old mother today in 2025 with a 15-year-old son, there's a strong possibility that both of them like Sexy Red. You see what I'm saying?
So. Yes.
So it's not her trying to be friends with that son or that daughter. They just have the same culture, you know, that same music base. But
we can. Okay, I think I'll just say I think that parents are trying to be friends. They're trying to be cool with their children, but like I said, there's not that big of an age gap there, like you're saying as well. So we can agree there. It's just a few intricacies that we don't agree on, but it is what it is.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, JV.
You're not always right, and neither am I.
I understand
that. But I know you love being right, though.
I love being right.
When I tell you, Wyatt, you think you are the blueprint to everything.
I am. I'm the black print.
You legit really act like that, too. Like, I truly believe you think that way.
I'm the black print.
There's no way but your way.
I'm the black print. I don't believe in blueprints. What else you got, JV? You done?
I don't have anything else. I'm done.
Don't be a stranger here.
All right, bye.
Talk to you. That was Jerica. Y'all been waiting. I know y'all was waiting for Jerica to come on so y'all could just be right with Jerica. Jerica might have a point. Maybe, I think what it is, and she has a valid point about my take, okay? But I think what happened is this. I think the disconnect of what I'm talking about is to what everybody believed is this. I just know what trap music did to the community. That's all I can say. And I take it a little personal when I see certain things that has been glorified. It's no different. Y'all gonna catch up. Y'all, I promise you. Thank you, Deanna, I'm sorry. Dina, sorry about that. Y'all gonna catch up. I promise you. You don't see it yet. But this is one of them moments where I'm, you know, sometime later, frame 8, frame 9 of the bowling scene, y'all gonna say, Wyatt was right. And I'm not gonna let somebody come on and tell me I think I know everything. I'm talking about something that I know about from my perspective. And there's some dudes that know what I'm talking about because not only I've just been lucky and fortunate not to catch a case. But I got friends, I got people that I know that went to the penitentiary and they was following, let's just say, the blueprint of the music. The music put them in the streets. The music made them brave. The music made them, you know, and movies. Let's just say the entertainment. And I think what I have a problem with is the entertainment that's being pushed down our throats. When you see somebody like Spike Lee who can't get a budget and he has to go to the community to be able to make a movie like Malcolm X, it's still that way. It's still that way where, you know, certain movies can't even see the surface of the daylight because they don't want us to know certain things. They don't want certain things to be uncovered. They'll give 50. They give 50 a budget to do things like Paid in Full. They give 50 a budget to do Power. That's not better. I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand how we continue. At a younger age, I could be fooled. At an older age, and I know better, I can't be fooled no more. You're not gonna convince me that ain't nothing wrong with that. You're not going to convince me that the music don't play. When you go to church, when you go to church, we're inspired by what? The music. Gospel music, it guides us. When you go to when you go to these clubs that play house music, it guides you. And I believe hip hop is just as influential. I believe that's what it does. It guides you. It leads you. And not all kids are going to make those bad decisions of leading into the game because of what the music is talking about. But I guarantee you, it plays a huge part in those that do choose to get out here in this lifestyle. It play a huge part. The movies play a major part as well. And I could be wrong, but I know me and my partners put in Scarface when it was time. I don't mean the movie. I mean the rap, the CD. It was a cassette at that time. I can't repeat what Roz is talking about. Trash TV sales. I got to think of something else. Okay, Princess Flower said, Wyatt said, we'll change our minds later to agree with him about going to see Jeezy dress up. Nah, I'm in my right mind. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the Jeezy. I'm talking about my point that I'm trying to make, whether it's the TV series or whatever. I'm not necessarily talking about people going to get dressed up for Jeezy. I just don't agree with it. What's wrong with me disagreeing with it? Because I've outgrown a certain type of mentality of talk. I mean, talking about dimes, nicks, and 50 and all the bags and all that shit, the snowman, that shit don't do nothing for me because I've seen the detriment. I've seen what it does. And that's just what it is. I don't care how you spend your money. I really don't. It's just not something that I'm, fine. But one day, y'all gonna understand where I'm coming from. And I just have to be wrong, damn it, in your eyes. I appreciate Jerica coming in and giving her point of view that y'all all agree with. I'm gonna come on here one day and I'm gonna say something once again, and y'all ain't gonna agree with it. Roz, Wyatt, was the Ethiopian shooting a hate crime or mass shooting? I don't know what you mean. The Ethiopian? Or is that the three students? Is that the three students that got shot? I don't know. I think it might have been a crime of passion. I don't know what their relationship was, Roz. Somebody kind of have to find that out. I haven't had time to look at it. I was in Cleveland over the weekend. But yeah, I'd have to look at it. Because what I've heard about that situation is that there was a young man that was involved or trying to get involved with one of the young ladies. And if that's the case, I got to put on it was a crime of passion type of thing. Now, I don't even know. They may not even known him. I don't know the details. Hold on, let me catch up. What was that? One guy and two sisters. Okay, Mama Birch, I got you. Okay, Regina says, it sounds like I'm pissed because of how other people spent their money. That's what you get out of what I'm talking about? Wow, Regina, come on now. That's wild. Because of how other people spent their money. It has nothing to do with that. You don't hear me telling people they shouldn't subscribe to Stars. Don't spend your money with Stars. They showing all that bullshit over there with BMF, and you not hear me talk. It ain't even about the money. It's about the culture. I don't know why y'all don't understand that's where I'm coming from. Maybe because I was in them trenches and I seen some things. And like I told Jerica, like if she heard my story about, and maybe some of the people that I'm talking to who making these comments have never heard my story, like on here. And then you might understand why Wyatt is kind of traumatized from that lifestyle. and how it has destroyed. Let me ask you something. Let me just put this out in the air. Any drug dealer, I thought my man DV was gonna call. I thought Donald Varner was gonna call. It must have I think it may have, he might have closed out on us. Troy from YouTube says, I think most understand your point. The music can have a detrimental impact, especially if you don't have other influences in your life. The conversation is layered. It is in a sense, but I think where we're running off the tracks is it sound like I'm hating on Jeezy or hating on the people that went to go see Jeezy, when in fact, to be honest with you, I made it very clear. I thought everybody looked great. Probably not everybody, but the majority of the people that I seen look great. I knew I was going to stand on this one on my own. I knew I was, and I'm okay with it. Y'all should appreciate that. We should appreciate each other's opinions. And I do. He said that number ain't working. Now, how the hell the number ain't working, bro? I just had 4 phone calls, D. Come on, man. Let me just say it to you. Area code 513-310-0546. No. I said I wasn't attempting. Princess Flower, now you know better than that. She said, we do understand where you're coming from, Wyatt, but you're trying, he said, but you're trying to make us feel some type of way for attending. We know that. No, I'm not. I said I wouldn't go. Rick Ross come in town. I'm not going to see Rick Ross. I said a bunch of people that I know sung certain songs or don't have anything to do with the game. Whatever. All I'm saying is I'm not going to glorify anything that had our people out there selling drugs, addicted to drugs. I'm not promoting any of it. That's what I said. Donna said, we got Wyatt, people have to learn like we did. Well, I mean, that's fine. Hold on, bro. Are you calling the right bro? Donald said, bro, what I have to do, record what the phone is telling me when I call. Okay. All right. Let me take this call. I think it's my dude. This Wyatt, who am I speaking with? Oh, come on. D, is this you, Donald?
Yeah, this is me. What up, fam?
What's up, fam? Long time no talk to. How you doing,
Yo,
bro?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. I wanted to clear something up with Clint was saying, and
with who was saying?
I come with receipts about the Nation of Islam holding down, not getting along with this.
Oh, DV, you breaking up on us, bro?
Yeah, because I'm. Let me get out of it. Let me get away from.
He'll call back. He'll call back. Jenny. Oh no. Sierra says Wyatt versus the chat is hilarious. I'll do my best. I can't beat the words. I can't because number one, I can't keep up with it over here. Jenny says, I kept saying for the past 3 days that I understood where you were coming from, Wyatt, but you chose to ignore my comments every time. Trust me, Jenny. I'm out on this island by myself with this conversation. If I would have seen something that was supporting me, I definitely would have said something. I didn't see it. I mean, I'm not saying that you didn't put it in there. I just don't see all the comments. They move by pretty fast on my screen.
Hello?
Yeah, Donald, you there, bro? Yo, you there?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, what's going on?
I was going to comment on what Twain was saying and clear that up, but then I kept going with other things. But I'm going to say this real quick. The reason why people is seeing it that way because for the last 2-3 days, you've been talking about Jeezy specific. I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with the whole music thing, influence. And if people don't agree with that, then it's because you're harping on Jeezy specifically situation. So it do sound like to them that using him or that concept as an example, sound like you're hating on Jeezy. But you're not. You're just using it as an example a little bit too much to get to your point.
Well, because I guess
I get it though. I get it.
It's a fresh wound. I mean, he was here.
I get it.
I also used Rick Ross and Too Short.
Yeah, you did, and I was there when you when you shut him down.
It's all the same to me. Trap music is trap music.
No, that lets me know you stand on business, because anybody else would be like, oh, I got Rick Ross on it. No, I hit you up later. Like, I love that. So that's what you stood on. But back to what Quinn was saying, I know this particularly because I'm connected with the Nation of Islam through the martial arts, not the religion.
Okay.
Sanuka's Wild Jiu-Jitsu, if you look on my page, everything I'm saying, you can look on my page. The founder of that system is the reason why the Nation of Islam never been touched back when Martin Luther King was out. See, they like the ones that the movement that they can beat up on. They didn't want to touch the movement that's going to fight back with some skills.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So Moses Powell was a young Louis Farrakhan's bodyguard. His top 2 students are my martial uncles. One of them signed off on my 6th Dan when I had to take the test and fight 5 of his students and all that. It's all on my page.
Okay.
So the reason why I'm saying that, I've been previous to getting some information on certain things. Because once I told them my father was born in 1917, and they was like, what? So for some reason, they felt the need to tell me certain things that I asked. And I was asking them about why, throughout the whole civil rights movement, why was it cool? Why did white folks didn't mind putting their hands on the Martin Luther King movement, but never touched y'all? We've seen videos of Muhammad Ali talking hella shit to them crackers. I ain't gonna say that. Let me clean up my language. You don't get what I'm saying, and nobody touched them because of the Nation of Islam, the way they fight, the way they take care of themselves.
So now let me ask you, Varney, hold on. You saying that the Nation of Islam protected Malcolm, right?
No, what happened was when Malcolm X separated from the Nation, right? When Malcolm X, he didn't have the Sutras next to him. Sutras is the bodyguard. That's why if he was still connected to him, wasn't nobody gonna be able to start a fight over here so cause the diversion so 3 dudes can stand in front, because you guys get checked before you come in the door.
Right. We understand the separation. They weren't there. He had his own situation going on. But I think
but he didn't have no security.
Right. He was kind of out on his own. But what I'm saying,
right. So that's how he got. That's why they was able to get to him. Whether it was, So, right. But my point is, he's saying that they didn't get along. The Nation of Islam didn't get along with Martin Luther King, and that's not true. You already said that, but it's not true.
No, I don't think that's true.
Because there's a video out when Martin Luther King, after that meeting they had, that famous meeting, that picture with Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King, and they had that meeting, they closed door meeting, they had the video, and they were trying to get them to, talk about what they talk about. Martin Luther King later on said in the video, in one of his speeches that just now surfaced up, that he regret because he felt like he was sending his people to a burning building.
I understand.
Once his narrative started changing a little bit on the Nation of Islam side, they had to get rid of him. Yeah. Malcolm X already got taken care of.
So now let me ask you a question.
On his own.
Let me ask you a question that was something else that Twin was talking about.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
But it was never at odds like they was beefing. They had different opinions. No, don't migrate. No, we need to be separate. We need to take care of our own people, XYZ.
Yeah, I get that.
But once they started coming together, because they just looked at them like, I know where I'm gonna be marching and let these people just fight me and retrain the way we train. That's why it never happened. You can look it up on YouTube. They got a story where they talked about it. What's his name? Who did the Malcolm X movie?
Spike.
He only touched on it a little bit. Remember when he got this boy out of jail and he did the finger move and the white guy said it's too much power for one man?
Yeah.
After that, there was some beef.
Right.
And they got their ass handed to him. But there was no recording of it They didn't want nobody to know nothing about it because it would have been like a whole Nat Turner thing all over again. What?
Okay. Let me ask you this, DV. Do you know anything about if the Nation of Islam was protecting Martin Luther King in the South?
They have at one point.
I kind of knew, but I didn't know.
Only in certain areas, though. But in them Bible states, them sundown towns, they wasn't there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They wasn't there. So I don't know about the drug dealers that Clem was talking about.
Nah,
because I knew that happened with Malcolm.
Yeah, that's
that happened with Malcolm X when he was by himself. Uncle Johnson used to step to him, and I asked, "Was that true in the movie?" And it was true.
Well,
and he said no. But that's East Coast. That wasn't like when they went down south. That's when he found out shit was real, when he went down south and got his head busted with the rock.
Right. Okay. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling in and clearing that up for us, D. I really do, bro.
Yeah, but what you were saying about the music thing and all that, like I had made a comment on that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm working with kids in New York, bro, and they think I'm so cool. Their parents, I know parents so used to talking at their kids instead of to them. So when they see somebody like me, see that I can do what I do and I really give a damn, they open up to me, bro. So we be sitting around before we start class, and I'm talking about, and they just let them talk what's on their mind, and the stuff is sad, bro. It's sad because they're influenced by social media and music alone.
I know.
And to be having good ass parents too, like we had. Like I had a good parent. Like I always thought you was a drug dealer growing up, like big dude.
Well, it was probably because of the people I was ripping and running.
Because you was on some fly shit and you was around them dudes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was in a sense, but I wasn't I was in the streets, but I wasn't in the streets like that, D. I mean, I just kind of looked like I was with.
It's sad because the music that they listen to, the parents don't even know they're listening to it.
Yeah. Well, they listening to it, brother.
Like to listen to a drill song. If your kids is doing drill music, and he is a teenager, and the parents know, they should be held accountable just as much, because everything on a drill song is about death, murder, and confessing on them songs.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You can't even be a drill rapper without putting in work. And if your son is doing rap and you find out he's doing drill music, the parents they need to be held accountable, because you know now what your son is involved in. If you listen to the lyrics, you know that he's been a part of some crimes because they snitching on the records.
Well, you can thank our era for drill music, because if we never would have started.
Hello?
Yeah, you there? Hello? I guess we lost DV. I don't know what happened. I think we lost him. But the kids are learning this stuff from somewhere. You understand? They learning this stuff from somewhere. We can narrow it down to several different things. I don't think that parents are doing it. I don't think parents are teaching their kids the dope game and stuff like that. They're doing it the same way we learned how. It's either from from our big homies or whatever you want to call them, or it was, music. If you listen to Master P, making crack like this, if you listen to Too Short, if you listen to a lot of the music from our era, I don't respect it. I don't care how dope the beat is, no pun intended. I don't respect it. I don't respect Ice Cube when he was writing for NWA. I don't respect that. Now, that don't mean I don't have respect for Cube, because he did change. I mean, everybody deserves to, a chance to be right or to get right. I don't respect the people who came up in the communities, making communities suffer off they rise. I don't respect that. I mean, you can't be Nino Brown in my community, sell drugs in my community, and prosper yourself and watch a community collapse. And then I'm supposed to think that you something special. I don't respect that. And I don't respect too much of anything that has. Just imagine, if I may say this, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, because y'all got Jeezy caught up. Like it's all about Jeezy now. But just imagine if what they call drill music now, we used to call it gangster rap back then. Just imagine if that never would have started. Just imagine if rap, this is why I see it. I mean, I'm just using my mind, tying my mind around something. Imagine if rap music would have been Tribe Called Quest. What if it would have stayed, you know, Queen Latifah, MC Lights, Run DMC? Imagine if it would have stayed Special Ed. Imagine if it would have been Tribe Called Quest. I said them, I'm sorry. X Clan. What if it would have stayed PE, Public Enemy? What if it would have stayed LL Cool J? What if it would have stayed commercial? I know that sounds corny to people in 2025. That sounds corny, right? But can you imagine? I think the world, I think our culture, damn the world, I think our culture, can't say that with my retainer in, excuse me, would be different today. And I'm going to stick on that. I think if we would have never bought into the bad is good in our music, bad is dope, and this is all, I think our culture today would be different. I think our parents would have less to deal with. I'm talking about a 2025 parent who may have a 15 or a 14 or a 13-year-old right now. I think that parent would have a whole lot less to deal with than what they have to deal with today. I'm going to take this one final call. I'm at the top of the hour. I'm getting out of here at 4 o'clock. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with? Hello?
Hey, how you doing, Wyatt?
Hey, what's going on? CK, what's good with you, bro?
Oh, man, checking out the show, man. Great show, man. Heck yeah, man. Just making sure everything going good, man, with the people, man.
Well, we here. We here, bro.
I'm scared. Hey, so you ain't scared? I just want to holler at you about this fight. I might not get to talk to you. So, are you nervous for Crawford, or are you pretty confident?
No, I'm pretty confident.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I'm always nervous when it comes to people that I know. I mean, every fighter in Cincinnati that I've ever seen fight in person or on television, I'm nervous when even I think that they're gonna win. It's a brutal sport, so I'm always there's a nervous bone in my body when I see, you know. Yeah, I do have a little bit of nervousness. That's normal.
I mean, because it's like we lived for this moment. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm more nervous than Terrence. That's what's wrong with me. You know what I mean? Because I've seen so many soldiers fall. I've seen Tyson fall. I've seen Holyfield fall. I've seen Trinidad fall. I've seen Adrian Broner fall.
Okay.
Wyatt, how many more do we have to lose, Wyatt?
How many more we have to lose?
Did we win this one?
I'm lost, CK. Catch me up.
Can we win this one, sir? Because I don't want to lose any more legends. And you know the loss will cost him. So do you think they would take all his credit away that he's accomplished with this one loss? What's your thoughts on that?
No, I mean, this is the toughest fight of his life. But the last toughest fight of his life, he said he was going to make it look easy, and nobody believed him in that either. And I believe that he's going to, I don't know if it's going to be easy for him, but I think that he's skilled enough to be able to get through.
Yes, sir. God bless you, man. Yes, sir. But yeah, you know, he's jumping up 3 weight classes, so I'm very terrified, and I'm praying. This is when I gotta pray, and I have $275 I put on at the casino on the African American gentleman to beat the Mexican.
Okay.
So they're giving you so if you bet 100, you can win a 180 on it. So I'm hoping that the brother wins, and don't give him a rematch too, Wyatt. That I don't want a rematch, sir. You get in, you get the 50 million, you go back to the family. I know he got him a new lady, but he got a lot of kids with the old lady. So 50 million, they can work everything out, sir. Do not let them convince you to get back in there for a rematch for 100 million, Mr. Wyatt. Do you understand me, sir?
I think I understand you, brother.
I don't want you to go in there and get your head beat in on the rematch. You won, you got out. Rocky Marciano, sir, 1951. He showed you how to do it. You leave and you never come back. Andre Ward, you leave and you never come back. Comeback can lead to fatalities. Do you understand, Wyatt?
I think I got it.
So I just want you to understand, with a victory over Canelo Alvarez, the greatest Mexican champion ever to live, Crawford becomes the greatest fighter ever, right there with Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Floyd Money Mayweather, and there I say it, Terrence Bud Crawford. This is the Mount Rushmore. Tell me I'm lying, Wyatt.
Well, I think this will be a very convincing. If this win happens, it's going to be very convincing to say that he's definitely pound for pound and that he deserves to go up on a statute. If you ask me, yeah, but I don't know if his resume prior to this fight is strong enough in some's opinion. Okay, in some people's opinion.
That's exactly right. What you just said, 100% right.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why
he hasn't beat a bunch of champions.
Yeah, but remember, you're fighting you're jumping the line because you're jumping up 3 weight classes. Unprecedented, Wyatt. Unprecedented, Wyatt. This has not been done. So if he is to beat the Superman Boogeyman, oh my God, even Ali would say he's the greatest.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I might be wrong in this, but I think Adrian Broner's first loss came by trying to do this same thing. When he fought Madonna, I think he went up 3 weight classes. I could be wrong. I think he went from 130 to 147 or something like that.
No, you're exactly wrong. Can I explain? Can I rebut and prove your wrongness?
Okay, go ahead, bro.
He went up to 147, challenged Paulie Malignaggi, won. Then he fought another 147, the strongest. So he fought the weakest 147 and went to the strongest. That's what led to the loss.
He fought Paulie at 147.
He fought Paulie Malignaggi at 147, sir. He skipped the 140 division, sir. He never fought at 140 pounds. I'm a boxing genius, just like yourself, sir.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I thought he fought Paulie at
not exactly right, sir.
Okay, I thought he fought Paulie at 140.
No. Paulie Malignaggi is the 147-pound. Broner never fought at 140 until he lost a fight.
That could be because he went to 142. He claimed himself a 142 pounder after that 47 loss.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What else you got, CK? I'm at the top of the hour,
bro.
Man,
it's just nothing but support for your family and everything.
I really appreciate it, bro. All the support I can get.
Me and my lady, we're going to a wedding reception on the 20th. And
when y'all getting married? What was that?
No, we're going to a wedding reception, sir.
Well, when you gonna marry that queen, bro?
But you know,
when you gonna marry that queen?
I got me one of those. She's 44, I believe, 44 or 45. So you told me to step up and get somebody around in my era. And
yeah, bro, you can't marry. What you gonna do with a 22-year-old, brother? Stop it. What you gonna do?
No, I didn't. They just, yes, that's a little too young, but 27, 32, that is fun loving. That is fun size loving too. And their knees don't be hurting. That's the only thing. When you got the 40-year-olds, their knees will go bad. You know, I need that knee support.
Wait a minute, man. That's not cool.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. That's not cool, bro. Number one, our knees go bad too.
Yes, exactly. So imagine good knees with bad knees. It's better sex.
Okay.
2 bad knees don't make good sex. Damn. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just telling them what it is.
Yeah, you just said 40-year-old women have bad knees.
2 bad knees. I'm sorry.
You just said 40-year-old women have bad knees. That's an insult. But I'm saying I think that men, you know, we have our problems too. But you know, I don't know. Yeah, I know that. How old are you, CK? I'm sorry. Last question to you.
I'm 76. I'm 49. Born in 76, 49, sir.
born in 76.
Yeah, 49. I'm 49. I'm
You're
still
40,
holding on to the 49.
49
About to
years
be
old.
50.
Yeah, I would honestly say that you probably 35 should probably be your cutoff. But that's just my opinion, of course. I'm just saying, bro, like you got to leave them 22, 23-year-olds alone, bro. You ain't going to get nothing out of that. I mean, you know, that's not going to, I don't know. I think the young ones will drive you crazy. You hitting 50, bro.
But then it'd be more of an understanding with like somebody like that's more transactional. Don't like you remember Shannon Sharp was messing with the 19 joint.
Nah,
See? So I think he made it more than it had to be. He should have just kept it more like a grocery shopping effect. He took her in. See, if he would have kept it transactional, I think he would have been cool. She remember she was charging him $25K a cheap. That's a little steep, sir. That's a little steep. I don't have that kind of bread. Not at all.
Okay.
And you would have got on him for paying that kind of money. I know you're a financial guru, so if you knew what type of money Shannon was paying for cheeks, you would have got on him. And man,
look, bro, whatever he was paying was way more than what I would have paid.
Come on, why you not paying nothing?
That's my point. That's my point. He paid way more than what I would have paid. I wouldn't have paid a dime.
Sir, because you're not that type of person. You like to meet people and know you don't like to. You don't buy the V. You let the V come to me. You have that kind of thing. You have that type of.
If that's what it is, I don't know. I if that's what you want to call it, brother, that's fine. I just don't, you know, like if I was a single dude, I wouldn't be out there trying to, you know. That's not how I would position myself with a woman.
They gonna be after you. Look at your when they look at your resume.
No, what I'm
you
saying.
Ain't even got to talk nothing. No. You ain't even got to. You gonna be like the women. They gonna be after you. Oh, we got this one. What's up, Wyatt? They can't wait for you to get divorced.
Well, what I'm saying to you, CK, and my advice is going to you. Let's leave me out of because I got other shit going on. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, bro, like, you've come a long way. You're getting closer and closer to your own age. Leave them young girls alone. I think 35 is about where you need to be. Your cut. This is just my opinion, bro, because I don't know if that other age and stuff is gonna serve you any good. And I think any little young lady with 35 years and up should probably be at a point where if she's picking you, then you probably have something to offer her. A 35-year-old is usually at that age where she's done with the song and dance and all the games. You know what I mean? I think by that time they usually have, you know, their minds together, ready to start going to a different level.
The 45 is perfect because I'm gonna retire on the 45-year-old because she's a nurse. I always wanted a nurse. I'm done.
This is somebody.
She's bubbling with personality, so it's over.
All right.
Big and juicy like I like it. It's a wrap.
All right, CK. Hey, I appreciate you calling in today, bro. I'm at the top of the time and I gotta go, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Yes, all right, man. Thanks for engaging. I don't know. I don't know. I do know I have my own personal opinions about guys 50 or 49 or whatever dating girls have their age. I don't see anything in it. I think it's trouble. It's just trouble waiting to happen. I don't know what you talk about. I don't know what you talk about when you I don't know what y'all talk about. I don't know what a 50-year-old has in common with I mean, you should probably have children that age. I told y'all I have an issue with men who date women their daughter's age. I'm sorry. I might be offending somebody, but offending someone. I just find it to be crazy that a man could have a stimulate conversation with someone the same age as his daughter. If that's the case, you probably didn't raise her. You feel me? Like, I'm not suggesting there's not 50-year-old men dating 25-year-old girls or whatever, but you don't have a 25-year-old young lady that you raised, you know, like lived in your house every day of your life and you raised her. I just don't think that that's a thing. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'll be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock, same place, same time, right here on Wyatt Live, but I am extremely exhausted today. I'm tired. I'm still recovering from Cleveland. Had a great time in Cleveland. I don't know. Any of y'all seen the story yet? It's not really y'all not gonna really see that. I'm glad I was able to show you some of the things that's going on in Cleveland. their makeup is just like Cincinnati. All right, so the same type of makeup, same type of court system, same type of how they deal with stuff, same type of police department, same type of city. You're going to get the same type of problems. You're going to have the same type of results. Peace and love to everybody, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on Wyatt Live at 1 o'clock. I'll holla.
Fine chalk line and put the needle to the climb. Representing one kind, seeing eye for the blind. Witness what I carry on, there's a further purpose. From how we do slam a few, then you wanna purchase a dialogue of funk, you love to pop it in your trunk. I win more discipline than a Shaolin monk. Beat rock and CL, well set this sparking. The powerful target to destroy the black market. But when you say black, listen, I don't know, you lose me. I guess another beggar can't afford to be choosy. I come to the maximum, artist on a major label. Any duplication of this one is fatal. On 125, I gotta hit your live. Beat your ass with my tape, any race or shape. Cause if they got mine, they got yours too. But together, here's what we gotta do. See, I pass on, fluency for high rates. Every time we sample over pastime greats, stick it in the SB 1200 beat. I make a loop, lovely way to troop in the Lexus group. Just a little bit, set to make a whole lot happen. The musical inside my rapping, written by the CL, produced by the PR, and any credit that you heard thus far. A start from scratch to the bassline's critical, better than the original who first made it. Now you wanna sue me, but fans never boo me. Believe I know the times we've been broke too, G. Here's another sample clear, see you get the hell out of here like a bootleg. You're open for the year. You only get the credit where the credit is due. So listen, what I shout out is true.